Where the people at? Rain.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Um, Thanks for coming by and supporting Batrican in this journey. And um, so here we have Jax, my co-host, and Batrican,
Hey, everybody.
awesome guy. We're gonna be interviewing tonight. So um,
Hey, how you
we're
doing?
just going. Sorry, go ahead. So how was your day, Batrican?
Oh, my day was it was good. It was good. I worked early in the morning, got home, ate. Overall it was pretty good.
No, that's
Yeah,
cool. That's
nothing
cool.
exciting. It's a long drive. That's it.
Yeah, bad. Shit. I know. I know over here in Texas, we're supposed to get that bad weather soon, but not over here. I don't think so. Like it was actually a pretty good
Don't
day.
say that. Don't say
Yeah,
nothing about bad weather. I'm having nice weather right now. Don't be jinxing my ass with some more shit.
yeah,
I had
yeah.
enough.
So Tyler.
It
Hey,
just
we'll be
Yeah,
snowed
getting
the
off.
other day.
I mean
Now
we
it's
should
We
be
got
getting.
it
nice and
hard.
warm.
We're over here in
Yeah, but we.
Chicago. We should be getting some rain.
Oh hell, man! I don't want none of that snow anymore because that was terrible.
I'm gonna send it your way next time.
Tyler,
Oh, I want that.
right?
I want that
Yeah, the
tumbling weed.
snow. You just can't wait for the spring and summer.
I can't. I can't wait at all. You know. Well, guys, we'll get started.
Yeah, me too,
Uh,
man.
Bat Bat Rican. Can you tell us a little bit about your channel?
Basically, my channel is about a little bit of everything. I do a little paranormal here and there. Um, Whatever I get a chance to record, like my trips. If I go out of town, if I can't do any paranormal, I get to do like almost a blog type thing. Um,
Hmm.
Showing people how beautiful certain cities are or certain places are. Um, how much you know if I like something, I recommend it, and I'll show it on there and I tell you this is awesome. Basically, everywhere that I go, it's like nothing really um, bad about it. Nothing bad about it. I
Yeah.
recommend a lot of places that I've gone to, museums, to my trips, which I'm going to Colorado in May. Um, but I'll just do some sightseeing. I'm not actually doing any paranormal there, which I did a paranormal last year, I think it was, when I was over there. But basically, it's just a little bit of everything but mostly, I try to do some paranormal here and there.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So what inspired you to name your channel? Let's go
Um,
first.
at first, when I first started the channel, I just started to play around with, I've seen Omar, I seen James, that, and I seen them doing their channel, and I'm like saying, you know what, I could do something like that. Uh, I'm not shy behind the camera because I'm also an actor. Um, and, I just started grabbing a GoPro camera, an action camera, and I just started filming from there, and I just caught the bug of film and been doing it ever since
Nice.
so far.
Nice. Well, when you say acting, did you premiere in any TV shows or movies or anything like that? Or did you go
I
to
was in
acting
the,
class?
I was in
Sorry.
the, I did a lot of extras, so yeah, I've been to acting classes and stuff like that. I did a lot of extras. I was an extra in Batman with Heath
Oh,
Ledger and as the Joker, and Batman was Christian Bale.
Hmm.
I did pilots. I was also in the. I had a little speaking role, a little small speaking role in Chicago PD. I was
Hmm.
also in Nothing Like the Holidays, and I did a lot of low budget films as well.
Okay, cool. I know I seen one. I think I seen one of your video you were on.
So
I think it
it,
was you. You were like, yeah, I think it
mm,
was. That's pretty cool, man. Like,
I,
it's an honor, man.
yeah, I mean, it's fun. I mean, I love playing different characters and stuff like that. And you know,
Yeah,
being an actor is like you're not. I mean, not like it is not being yourself. So you know, you're playing a whole different person. You're trying to come up with a whole different character, and and people think it's easy. It's not really easy, you know, because
yeah,
you got to learn your lines. You got to uh pick up that character's emotions and all that stuff.
yeah. It must be. I mean, and also like storylines and everything else. You got to memorize during every part and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Mhm. I mean, you actually have to read not lines and memorize
Hmm.
them, but you have to know your other actors' lines as well, so that way you know when to come in with your line.
Oh, that sounds amazing, though, man. Um, I bet you they make good money though, doing like extras and stuff like that.
Actually, yeah, a commercial. I
Mhm.
did a commercial for 1 hour, and that commercial didn't
Mhm.
air on TV. And I've been looking for it all over the place, but
Mhm.
for 1 hour, I got paid $2,000.
Wow,
So
I would have
yeah,
been
they
like,
pay pretty good.
smile, nice. Wow. Especially like if they have lots of those people that are stuntmen and stuff like that. It's like, oh man, my arm, I can't.
Uh-huh.
Like I bet it's hard doing that kind of
Yeah.
job.
I
You
mean,
know?
stunt people get paid more. Yeah,
Oh
stunt
wow,
people they get paid a little bit more because they're actually putting their life on the line.
that is awesome. That must have been an amazing job. Um,
Yeah.
so what got you interested in the paranormal?
I've always been interested in the paranormal ever since I was a kid. I used to live in a house with when I was a teenager. I used to share a bedroom with my two brothers. They were in a bunk bed, and I had my own bed. Of course, I'm the oldest of the brothers. And one night, I woke up in the middle of the night, and I saw this black shadow next to my brother's bunk bed. And me being
Mhm.
the oldest, I kind of yelled at him, and I said, "Go to sleep,"
Yeah.
you know. 'Cause I was tired, and you know he was just standing. But what's weird about it, the shadow actually laid down when my brother was laying, and what I
Mhm.
figured, I didn't see no legs, and I got up really
Wow.
fast, and I looked at my brother, and he was knocked out. He was sleeping, and I got so scared, I jumped back in my bed and put the covers on him.
Oh, forget that. I would have
Yeah.
yelled
So
and screamed.
another time is I was living at yeah. Another time I was living at another house, and the house is about 100 years old. They knocked it down already, and I felt a finger, you know, cross my forehead. I heard my name called out in the middle of the night, and when my brothers, you know, they used to live upstairs. Um, you know, they went to work and stuff, and I'm downstairs with my mom, and I hear boom, 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 and I told my mom, "Hey, my brother's home," and she's, "I don't think so," and I ran upstairs. There was nobody upstairs. I was like, "Wow."
Wow.
Uh, from there, I was like, "Oh man," you know. I mean, I wasn't scared or anything. I was just like, you know, kind of like, "Wow, what the heck was that?" You know.
Yeah. That must be crazy. Like, did you feel like a weird sensation or like? I mean, of course you had your, you know, like your hair stand up on your arms and stuff like that. Did you, or is it was just a quick, you know, like you couldn't even tell, right? You just.
I mean, you know, there was always a certain room at my mom's house. the 100-year-old house. There was
Yeah.
always a certain room that you go in there and and it's a bedroom actually, and you go to sleep. You could feel right away that you're not alone, and it's just a bedroom, but it's kind of creepy. It's a creepy bedroom, especially at night. In the day, it's not so creepy, but at night, yeah, it's like it takes a whole different form.
Wow. Well, a lot of people say that there's a lot of paranormal in at night more than daytime. Do you think that's true?
I mean, it's pretty active at night. It's pretty more active at night, I believe. Um, but I always say, if a place is haunted, it's haunted day or night. It doesn't really matter. But for some reason, people at nighttime, like I think the witching hour is like 12 o'clock or 3 o'clock around. They really start being really active and really moving around and stuff like that. So I always say if a place is haunted, it's haunted. Doesn't matter if it's day or night.
Yeah, that's true.
But I guess
I
it's
mean,
more
because you,
creepier and scarier at
yeah,
night. So yeah.
yeah, because you get a lot of residual hauntings and stuff like that. And with some places, and like, and some places, it's not haunted. It's just an old cabin. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
um,
right. It's just in the back of your mind. You're thinking, hey,
it is.
somebody's looking at me.
Or if there's how a house settles, right, and it creaks and everything else, and you're like, oh, what is that? Oh my god, like is that a spirit trying to communicate with me? And
Oh
all of a sudden
yeah,
it's just house creaking. You know,
yeah. I mean, you just hear like that crackle, but it's just the house settling down and stuff like that. Not only does the house, but also the floor, the foundation where it's sitting on. Yeah, they start like kind of try to settle down, trying to find its natural position so it could, make sure it doesn't fall over. So.
exactly. Yeah, because I mean, um, there's a lot of homes out there. Like the Victorian homes and stuff like that are really old. But what I don't get is just why. I mean, because I know it takes a lot of money to restore a place. And some people are just like, oh well, it's cheaper just to buy a home.
Right.
But newer homes can be haunted too because the
Oh
land and
yeah.
stuff like that they're sitting on. So, hey, Spitfire, how's it going?
Well,
Everybody,
yeah. I
well,
mean,
go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. Hey, what's going on, everybody in the chat? No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of places that they move the cemeteries or something like that, and they forget to dig out the bodies out of there, and then they lay down the house on top of that used to be a cemetery, um, because of that area. That's what disturbed. That brings up the spirits, and I guess they reside in the house in that area.
Okay, cool. I mean, like I know that also renovating doesn't help as well. It like it
No,
like messes with the
no. I
spirit.
mean, well, if let's say for example, you buy a house and it could be like 50, 100 years old, and you start
Yeah.
like really renovating it and stuff like that. It kind of disturbs the ghost, it disturbs the spirit because
Hmm.
you're actually destroying their home. The way they're used to having it, and the way they loved it, and the way they left it, and then you come around and you start taking down walls and you start moving this and you start moving that. That kind of disturbs them. That it kind of bothers them. So yeah, they start moving around and they start moving
Yeah.
things or trying to harm you or scare you in some way to get you out of the house and stop destroying, because they think it's still their house.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, especially like if they're like, well, that wall never used to be there. You know what I mean? And they try to just do something, then to just try to knock because they think it's still there, but it isn't. And that's where you get your knockings from.
Right,
I
right.
don't know. you know. Um. And especially after all those years, like the house records all the deaths and the tragedies and the good times and everything, and that's when you hear laughter, screaming, cries, knockings, and running up the stairs.
Right.
And I mean, that's amazing how that happens. Knowing that happened like
Yeah.
in the 1800s, stuff like that. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean,
so okay.
it takes a lot of their energy.
It does, and especially when you're investigating. Like I bet when you like take your equipment, whatever you use on your investigation, um, I bet you anything that drains your battery a lot too.
I had quite a few like in the haunted mill. I had a night vision camera. I had brand new five batteries in it.
Mhm.
And when I started recording the ballroom,
Yeah,
all of a sudden my started draining, and my my camera started fading. Everything. I also had my regular camera. Lucky for me, I had two batteries and my charger with me.
yeah,
Um, my other camera, my batteries died out. It got drained real fast, so I had to put my other battery in and charge the other battery. So yeah, it I guess the spirit draws the energy out the battery so they could manifest themselves in trying to touch you, trying to speak, trying to move around, trying to show themselves some way somehow to you. And the only probably just to drain the battery or drain you as well, your energy.
exactly. Has it has spirits ever drained your body?
And really experienced that. I haven't experienced my energy drain or anything like that. I mean, I'm thank God for that. But
Yeah.
I've heard people that their energy was drained and stuff like that. I mean, my energy get drained when I'm working really hard. That's the only time. But as far as like a spirit trying to drain my energy, no, it never really happened. Not yet to me
Okay.
anyway.
Well, I
Hey,
know a lot of
Justy.
investigators. They sorry, go ahead. Hey, Jesse. I know a lot of investigators. They say, hey, go ahead and drain my battery instead of my energy. I mean, is that true? You got to give spirits
Hmm.
that choice and say, hey, you can't follow me. You can't drain my battery or myself. To communicate. Like, I mean, is that the right thing to do?
It's like permission.
Get permission. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like giving them permission to drain your battery or to drain your energy so you can have proof of their existence. Um yeah, I mean it's like if you leave an investigation when you're leaving already, yeah, you tell them, hey, not to follow you, not to attach themselves to you or to your equipment or to your car to anything, so that way they don't you don't bring them home, you know.
Yeah.
I say that a lot on my investigation. Make sure nobody follow me. I mean, so far so good.
Yeah, dude.
Nothing
Yeah.
had followed me. I felt like stuff follow me. Yeah,
Wow.
but you know, there were times that I felt like there was stuff, something here in my house right now. Um,
Mm,
my wife actually felt it too, but she don't believe in in believing ghosts and stuff like that.
yeah.
But yeah, I felt there are times that I feel like there's something here, but it's not really bothering me or not that.
How does your wife? I mean, I know you're saying that your wife don't like the fact, and my fiance doesn't either. You know what I mean? Like she goes, no, don't go play with the spirit box and blah blah blah, because that could bring in bad spirits or whatever, or unwanted spirits. I mean, I know how you feel, man. It's hard. You gotta respect your wife. You know what I mean? Like she's
Yeah.
It's just that's how it goes. No.
Yeah.
Um.
I mean,
No,
I
you go.
uh-huh.
No, you go. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, I mean, I don't play with the Ouija. I don't play with the spirit box or anything like that. I feel like they can attach themselves to you somehow through the spirit box. So, yeah, that's still, to me, that's still a little scary to do. I mean, I let other people do it, but for me,
Yeah.
actually, personally, to do it, yeah, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I know you're saying you just said Ouija board. Let's go. Oh man, well we'll do that in a minute. So
Oh,
um, okay, so we'll bring all that up in a minute. Um, how do you pick your locations?
yeah.
We'll get into
um,
that.
at first, yeah. I mean, what I do is I just like pick any random cemetery, and
Mhm.
I try to read up on certain history about the cemetery. But the majority is just like I just go in there, I look around, and I read up like who's buried here, if this cemetery is super haunted. To me, every cemetery is haunted. I mean, it
Mhm.
just depends on what degree it is.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
like Bachelor Grove. I mean, we heard so much. Me and my buddy Adrian, we heard so much about Bachelor Grove, and that cemetery is so it's abandoned. Um, you do have a groundskeeper there that keeps
Yeah.
keep the grass cut everything. Oh, excuse me. How you call it? But that place, let me tell you something. That place is one of my favorite cemetery to go. Cause that place is really super active. I mean, I picked up so much stuff there. It's just like unbelievable. And most of my and I don't know how many videos I have, but yeah, I had like a rock thrown at me from there. I
Wow.
have heard voices. My buddy took a picture and caught a shadow. There's other people, not just me, but there's other peoples out there that have gone to the same cemetery to Bachelor Grove, and they caught a lot of different other stuff too. Like this one guy, he said that he was walking there. I don't know at what time, but it was dark, and he saw a 8-foot shadow person, and I was like, wow, that's kind of creepy. So when I started doing this YouTube channel, I told my buddy, let's go to Bachelor Grove. Let's go
Mm.
check it out. Let's see if place is really haunted. Uh, let's see if this is real. So we went, and sure enough, it's real. It's real. It's really active.
Well, I got some. I got a video clip. Maybe you want to see in the picture as well. If you don't mind me sharing that.
Yeah. No, no, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, let me share my screen real quick.
Which one? Which video
That
is this one?
is that. Give me a second. That will be. Oh my God! It is haunted. I guess the Bachelor Grove
Oh, okay.
one. We've seen the sticker.
Okay.
Well, we don't know. I mean, give me a second. If you want to tell us a little
Hmm.
bit about it, well, you already did too, but um, let me share this audio. It's gonna go really quick, guys. So, see if you catch it, and I'll point to where the arrow's at. Let's see. It was you remember 426, right? Okay, we'll start at
I think it was
413.
526.
526.
Yeah.
Start from there. Okay. Oh, and see right here. It's right here, the little black spot. See how it moves?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
moves quick,
I really don't
and
know
it's
what is
gone.
that. I don't know if.
And there's another one back
Yeah.
here.
I mean, I really don't know.
Oh, I might blow it a bit if I.
Yeah, because me and my buddy, we was just walking by there, and the woods. You ever seen the movie Mortal Kombat?
Oh yeah.
There, there there's a scene in that when Scorpion fights, I believe Johnny Cage, and they're in the woods. That's what that
Right
reminds
here.
us. And we were talking about that, and
He's
we heard a
walking.
yell, like a
Yeah.
faint voice or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
When I
It
look at it,
is.
it like it blows my mind.
We going in here? Yeah, it is. Oh, wow. See, look, this figure? It looks it's going up a little
Yeah.
bit, and there's a one back here.
Mhm. Yeah,
See, stop.
that looks so that looks
It
so
does.
crazy.
But it's kind of hard with it reminds me. I want to say Earth Elemental. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it reminds me of that. I got another one
Hmm.
too. It's a picture that you want to. Okay. Um. Let's see if I can get to it first. Let me see. It's that picture of that black shadow that you caught.
Oh yeah, yeah. My buddy, he took a picture and he actually caught that. And when he sent it to me, I was looking at it and I was like really surprised. I was like, "Whoa!" Yeah, I mean, let me,
Okay, I'm gonna share it right now. Um, okay, and here goes the photo that he was talking about. Let's see if I can blow up a little bit as far as I can. There's a
right.
shadow right there. I don't know. I mean, look at the hat. It reminds me of a cop because the hat.
Yeah,
You know how back then the
that
cops were. Yeah,
right,
I'll leave that up for a minute.
right. Because actually, like uh, the legend goes is that Al Capone used to, throw his victim in the creek that's back there, and uh, throw them all back there. And also another legend is that this farmer was actually working. His horse got crazy, lost his mind, and took off running. And while he took off running, the his owner got wrapped up in a rope and it dragged him. And he went straight to the pond, straight to the creek, and that creek's really deep. So what happened? The horse went straight to the pond and drowned the horse and drowned himself. Drowned the guy. So yeah. I mean, there's stories there, and the reason why I think that place is really super active is that they used to do a lot of ritual there. Because I mean, if you keep on showing videos, that you'll see on the tree itself, it has 666 pentagram 6 and an
Wow.
upside down cross.
Yeah, I seen that yesterday. I was like, wow, that is crazy. Right in the kitchen, I was going. Phenomenal Ghost Hunters, thanks for showing up.
Yeah.
Um, so how I know you go to a lot of cemeteries. You tell me, and um, how do you make sure it's safe to enter um a cemetery?
What do you mean by safe?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sort of like um, it's sort of like what do you look out for? It's sort of like cameras or like just security guards or gated areas and
Well, you know, yeah. I mean, cemeteries. Here in Chicago, they have a time. They have a time they open and time they close. And
yeah.
I look mostly about the time of what time they close because I don't want to be stuck in there. Like one time, my boy Adrian and I went to not Rose Hill, Graceland Cemetery,
Mm.
and it was on a Sunday and they closed at 4 o'clock. So we were there recording, doing a video and stuff like that. And I told Adrian we gotta go. It's 4 o'clock. So when I drove to the gate was closed. The locks was on and everything. So we had to go check if the security guard was still there to let us out. So lucky he was there. So yeah, he let us out and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm more more conscious of certain time because a lot of cemeteries here, they close down. They have gates and stuff like that. And the ones that don't have gates, well, we just go in there, but they do have certain time limit that you have to be out. And we go in there, we stay all day until it's really time, or that they tell us to go out, or you know we just leave and stuff like that.
Wow, that's amazing.
We also
Now,
we
sorry, go ahead. Okay.
hmm?
No, go ahead. I interrupted you. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I said we just want to stay conscious also, not to film anybody that's there, visiting the loved ones and stuff like that. So we stay conscious of that, not to film anybody. That's not to show any kind of disrespect to them, or you know, um, or go by their loved one's grave, and try not to show names. I mean, even though I have lots of them, but it's mostly like old veterans, soldiers, people from the 1800s, but not for like I try not to show like the now people that passed away,
That's
because
true.
anybody could watch my
Um,
video and then they'll call me up and say, hey, you got to take that down.
yeah. So, what's the oldest grave you ran like investigated, like with equipment and stuff like that?
The oldest grave is in Bachelor Grove, I believe. That I investigated was I think it was like 1800s, and it was a little baby, an infant, and stuff. And you have to you know we use like little cameras. Actually, I use my two the that goes from yellow, and we just tell them if they're here to make the light up and stuff like that. And if they're there, they'll do it, or
Hey,
they could speak
Jax.
into my camera. 'Cause, yeah, my camera has a very sensitive microphone, so
Cool. Did you want to ask a question, Jax?
I don't want to be rude, but hi every chat.
Everybody? No, no. Okay. Are you good?
No, I'm linking away.
Okay, I'll just make sure. Like, I'm just like, hey, hello. You know. Um,
Oh,
There's a little
what kind of equipment do you use?
there's a little glitch going on here.
I know it's a glitch. Yeah, it's your side,
I
not mine.
me personally, me per, right. Me personally, I use my Canon camera M50. I also use night vision camera. I use the 2K meter. When I'm with my boy Sean, I have on my phone an app called SLS from Ghost2. I use that.
Mhm.
Um, when I'm with my boy Sean, he used the grid lights. That's so awesome. I gotta get one of those. I'm also gonna get uh what they call those I think it's RIM pod. There you go, RIM pod. That actually records you put it on the floor and if they get close to it, it makes a sound and stuff. Um, I mean, there's a lot of equipment that I like to get. I gotta get a video recorder as well, but to pick up EVPs and stuff like that. Um, Basically that's it right now. At night I use flashlight. I got my own light that goes on top of my camera and an extra flashlight just in case.
Yeah, that's
Basically
cool.
that's it. I know a lot of other people use a lot more stuff technical, but I mean, for right now, I only could get what I could afford.
Exactly. Now these days, yeah. I know. Thermal imaging is pretty cool too. Have you ever tried one?
Yeah, actually, no, but I really, really want one. I mean, I'm actually looking online for like, for one, and they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all. I mean, the cheapest that I've seen so far is like maybe $200, and that's
Wow.
the one I might go for. But I've seen some that's like almost $1,000, $500. I mean, they're not really cheap because um, those are helpful equipment even in the fire department, and they use that a lot. So that's why that's not really cheap.
Yeah, I bet. Like, um, now with like, so you don't have to hold your camera up. Do you got any like GoPros to help you out, like, or I mean, headlights, like lights you put on your head and stuff like that instead of carrying the flashlight? Do you have anything like that
Oh yeah,
you
I
use?
mean, I do have a headlamp and stuff like that, but it's not as bright. It's not as bright as my light that goes on top of the camera. It's not as bright as my flashlight that I have. But I do have a headlamp light just in case, if I go into a tunnel or something like that. That's pretty helpful. But I need something really bright so I could
Yeah,
see what's in front of me and not just 2 feet away from me because that light's not that bright.
yeah, that's cool. Um, I know because I just want to show this real quick. I don't know if you guys heard the impression "Say by the Bell." I'm gonna share this. So
Uh huh.
I know because you work around that, so I just brought it up. Um, I guess it's called safety
Right,
coffins.
right.
Back then they used to have this
Right.
on here.
No, I
They
never
used to have
ran
a
into one
bell.
of those.
Oh, you never have?
Hmm. Yeah, no, I never ran into one of those. I mean, I know they used to use them back in the days. This is before they did embalming fluid.
Hmm.
Um, so just for example, if you think your loved one had passed away back in the day, they'll put you in a coffin, and what they do is that they tied a string or something to the bell into the coffin. So if the loved one didn't, they mistakenly buried the loved one, all they'd have to do is ring the bell so they could let them know, hey, I'm not dead, I'm not dead. Why you bury me?
Yeah,
They ring the bell. But by the time they buried you, I don't know if they still buried you back then 6 feet, but by the time they bury you and all that, you're gonna run out of oxygen. And by the time you wake up, and by the time they dig you out, you might be dead already because you'll run out of oxygen. I don't think you can breathe down there.
exactly. Like this guy, you just hit that little thing on top of the head, and they'll come. By the time, yeah, like you said, by the time they go
Right,
over, you're gonna be dead anyways. It's crazy.
right,
There's another one where you hold something and it rings the bell. Here goes
right.
here goes a picture like that where it hangs from a bell, and it's kind of creepy because it's just like, like that's sort of like, I mean, I know they didn't use embalming fluid and everything, but I mean, wasn't there ways back then, or maybe there wasn't, to make sure they were dead or not? I mean, that's kind of like, kind of weird. And you see, there's a bell where they attach it to.
I mean, I remember, right. I mean, I remember they used to use mirrors back in the day, and they put it underneath your nose to see if they could see your breath. I mean, that's one way they could find out if you were dead or not. But yeah, I really don't know if they had those like false communication saying to us, he's dead, he's not waking up, blah blah blah. The person might be in deep sleep and they think it's dead.
Exactly. That's weird how they used to do that back then. Um,
Yeah. I
uh,
mean, they just had to like fingers crossed. Hopefully he's dead.
all right. Yeah, no, I'm like, I'm dead.
Hopefully
I'm
we didn't.
dead. If I wake up, what
Hopefully
can
we
you
didn't
do?
bury him. Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Everybody. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine, man. Shit, y'all plans from to see. I'm still
Yeah.
waiting for her to. How would I come up and cam with you guys? Well, right now, Ghost Hunters UK, we're doing an interview, but after you can come on. Um, fingers crossed on that. Yeah, I'm right, Jax. um, I know you said you visited a church, and some other places. Um, out of safety, what kind of stuff do you carry in your backpack? Just in case, like pretty sure you have a checklist. When you enter a property, um, what what
Well,
what what is the sort of stuff you carry?
well, in my backpack, I carried a lot of accessories for my just in case, because I carry a GoPro, but it's similar to a GoPro. It's an action camera. I carry all the accessories. That's the camera. I also carried my Canon camera's stabilizer. So
Mhm.
when I get there, I start putting them on all together and everything. I also have my extra batteries in there. I have K2 meter in there. I have my night vision camera in there. I make sure that
Mhm.
all my lights are there, all my battery pack, the like my backup battery packs and stuff like that in the bag, just in case, I run out of juice and I have nowhere to charge my battery. So I have an extra battery,
Yeah.
a couple of battery packs so I could charge my battery. Um, what else do I have? Just in case, some water if we need water. Basically that's it. That's what I actually carry in there. Oh, also my tripod. I carry my tripod um that I could pop,
Yeah.
so that way, I could leave it still in one area and record that one area just in case, if anything happened there and I'm walking around and I catch it just from that tripod area.
Exactly. And the first aid kit. You gotta always have that with you.
I don't want to mention
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
I mean, I mean, I carry safety precaution, also, just in case. I mean, you just don't know what you might find in an area in an abandoned building, because you know I'm not afraid of ghosts, but I am afraid of humans, and human could hurt you, and ghosts can if they try their hardest, but that's rarely. But humans,
well,
they could really harm you, or worse, so yeah, you have to carry protection.
and I mean also in the location too, man. You can just like fall through the floorboard or something and cut your leg, or and also have communication. Let someone know you're there, so someone knows you're at a certain location. They can get you some help. So
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I let people know where I'm going, just in case, if they don't hear from me later. But
yeah.
I tell my wife, hey, I'm going to this place. You know, here's what this called. And as far as like the floor being soft in a certain location, I mean, I was did an abandoned church back in Gary, Indiana last year, and I did it so fast because the neighborhood is really, really rough. I mean, the neighborhood is really bad, and I went through that church, and church is really big. I mean, it's huge, and I went through some of the rooms and stuff like that, and some of the rooms, their floor is not safe. It's really soft, so I don't enter there, and
Yeah.
I have to be really careful where I go, so I don't hurt myself, and you know just to make sure everybody gets some good videos, everybody gets to watch the good
Yeah.
videos,
Right.
uh and try to explain what I'm going through, or what happened to the church, like the old abandoned church. They closed down back in 1975. I believe it was because of lack of funds, lack of they couldn't keep it open. It was a big church
Yeah.
with a lot of fireplaces. A
Wow.
lot of classes, a lot of rooms and stuff. I didn't even go through it. I'm gonna see if I could go this summer. I'm gonna see if I
Hmm.
could go this summer and do the whole church. But
Yeah.
yeah, but like I said, that neighborhood is really really gangbang infested. I mean, it's really really dangerous neighborhood. So yeah, I mean, if I don't end up doing the church, it's because of that.
That's cool.
And I
Oh
like
well.
taking my time doing things like that.
Well, because I mean, I know a lot. Some investigators they like rushing through it, and it's just like, what am I seeing? What you know what I mean? Like, I love to see the history of a
Right.
place. I mean, I mean, you never know where you're gonna catch. I mean,
I mean, I would,
especially in some. No, go ahead.
I mean, I mean, I would love to just take my time in showing everybody. Because the church, to be honest, if you imagine it, is beautiful. The outside is huge. Inside is even bigger. Of course,
Yeah.
it's abandoned and it's already really, but I mean, I would love to take my time just going through every room there. There's also a basketball court there, and I didn't get to
Wow.
see that because I went through it so fast. There's
Yeah.
auditorium that I went through, but I only showed you a little bit of it because I was going through it fast. Because I'm telling you, that neighborhood is really rough. But one day, I mean, I try to contact the people that owns it, and to no avail. I didn't get to talk to them to see if they could let me in. But there are other places that I actually contact the owners, and they said that it's condemned, that it's really unsafe. The floors are rotten, and yeah, they don't want nobody visiting that church. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to contact the owner and see if you know see if they could come with me and just leave me investigate all by myself. All that stuff there. Of course, with all those
Questions for you.
hold on, what it says?
Is it bad
Batrican, do
ringing? Do
you
you ever have?
ever have those feelings like bad mojos? um, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. Um, I try to ignore them for some reason because I really want to give you guys, the viewers, a good video. But if I feel like it's really dangerous, really dangerous, if I end up doing it, I'm gonna do it fast. And it's really hard to give you guys really good videos and stuff. So what I do is, I try to edit and put some real good music in it and maybe it'll look good.
Yeah. There's another question. I carry offerings too, like flowers, candy, coins. Yeah, and you know what, Christy, with that too, it's sort of like an offering to give to the spirits. At least, just to tell them that you come in peace and you respect their space. Um, now,
Yeah,
Bat
when
Rican.
you're visiting
Oh,
a
go ahead, go ahead.
grave, you give them a
Oh,
penny. To that
that's that.
question, when you're visiting a grave and stuff like that, it is more how you call it, an honor to leave a penny on the top of their headstones, saying that you
Mhm.
visited the grave and stuff like that. Um, I try to do that from time to time. Especially military's grave sites. I leave a penny there because I visited.
Now with that, like I know they put rocks too. What does the rocks um mean?
Um, I really don't know what the rock mean. I figure it's almost the same thing as leaving a coin. Um, I know in one of my video, when I went to New Orleans, I did a cemetery tour, and my guide, he explains that. I didn't get a chance to go through the video and actually understand it. Um, Now that you said it, I kind of regret not going through it again. But
Yeah.
I really think it's just a sign of respect, a sign of respect that that you visit a grave and you leave a rock on top of it.
Nice. Going back to the church, are there those windows, where it's, if they're Catholic churches or whatever? I didn't know if that was a Catholic church you went to or not, but I mean, did they have any cool windows like
Uh,
still intact? You know what I mean?
like
Like they have like
like stained
Jesus
glass
on
and stuff
there.
like that.
Yeah, stained glasses. Yeah.
Well, no, the church that I went there, you know what? I went through it so fast I didn't even recognize it. But most of the church windows there they were broken. They were busted in. I mean,
Oh,
destroyed. But I do me when I go to like mausoleums or I go to certain cemeteries and they have those little mausoleum. I look at their stained glass and I mean, they're beautiful, and I mean, to me, it's like, man, that's a work of art, and they're very expensive. If you don't believe that, they're very expensive. Those stained glass. Some are
yeah,
very
they are.
valuable as well.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, they are. They're really beautiful. Like, and I always think like a church is supposed to be a sacred place, like, and I don't know why it becomes a haunted location. I mean, can you explain that a little bit? Like, I mean, I really trying to figure that out. Like,
Um, to me, to me, what I think a church is only active, with people that's praising God, that worship God and everything. That demons could reside there because that's a holy place at that time. Everybody's praising God, everybody's dancing for God, everybody's living and all that stuff. So for a church to be haunted, the church, I think it had to be like condemned or abandoned, and
mhm,
people go in there and do some weird ritual stuff and stuff like.
yeah,
At that time, there's nobody there that's praising God. There's nobody there uh, giving offerings to God or anything like that. So at that
yeah,
time, yeah, spirits could roam in the church because at that time the church is not holy anymore.
I
Um,
agree.
but when people are there praising God and stuff like that, yeah, I can't enter. They can't enter the house of God.
Mhm,
But when
yeah,
someone goes in there and they're doing all these stupid like rituals or conjure up evil, something like that. I mean, it could be haunted. It could be haunted.
yeah. Uh, he means residual energy. Don't you think that most graves have residual energy? That's for you.
Um, Residual. You mean as far as like they
Sort
do
of, sort.
their you mean like they reenact their stuff
Yes,
again?
and everything. Yeah, that's
Like
residual.
they
Yeah,
don't know that you're there.
yeah, yeah. They don't know that you're there, and you're just
Yeah, I mean, I do believe that. Yeah, they don't know that if a residual haunting is like they don't know that you're there, but they're doing their thing like they're still alive. Um, as far as an intelligent haunting, which that ghosts know that you're actually there. So yeah, I believe that certain cemeteries, certain places have residual hauntings, and yeah, I believe it.
um. Uh, uh, what do you think about working with the group? Um, because I'm like, well, it's like working with the group, and
Oh,
I know it's hard sometimes to catch evidence, and I know some of them mark it down, and say, "Oh, that was me." You know what I mean? Like, do you like working with groups?
oh, I love working with groups. I mean, I think it's more fun when you're with people.
Mhm,
It, but it depends on how many people you're with, because you really don't want
mhm,
to be with a big crowd. I mean, because then
yeah,
then you it'll be so many people talking or so many people walking, and you hear all their steps. It could contaminate your investigation and stuff like that. So I mean, I love group, but mostly like maybe the most maybe three in an
Mhm.
area, you know.
Yeah.
So, but it is fun and stuff like that. I mean, I mean, you know, like I did with the old haunted mill with Rob and Sean. It's usually just me, us three in a different location, and then the other people
Yeah.
in on their own and somewhere else. So we try
Yeah.
to stay away from them, so that way we could get our own experience, our own and if they come up where we're at, we'll try to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wow.
I mean I do like working with groups and
That's cool. Because I know a lot of people like they have like beginners that they get started with you guys and everything, and then like it's kind of hard to train somebody at the same time, and then hear a spirit or a voice, but it's really them. You know what I mean? Like, because I mean I'm pretty sure you guys compare
right.
evidence at the end. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, me and Sean, we compare evidence. Sean, hey, I caught this. Can you check this out? And then we both agreed. It could be paranormal. We both agree it could be not paranormal.
Mhm.
I mean, but make a noise. If we're doing an investigation and you bumped into something, I mean, sure that you say, "Oh, I hit this," because if you don't say you hit this, we could mistake it like, "Oh, I didn't hear that," I caught something,
Yeah.
but in reality, it was somebody else bumping into something. So it's good that you know if you hit something, you bump into something, you make sure you let that person know, hey, I bumped this, so that way that person don't think it's paranormal.
Exactly. I agree on that one. I know a lot of people say, they always say demon this, demon that, and like let's say something flies at you with force or whatever, and they consider it as a demon. What do you think about that?
I personally had an object um in Bachelor Grove, but I don't
Mhm.
believe it's a demon. I believe it could be a ghost, but it's like that ghost don't want you there. They're probably
Oh,
not trying to hurt you. They just, I mean, like I said, they threw it next to me. They're probably not trying to hurt you, but they're trying to tell you, hey, I don't want you here. You know, get away from my spot, from my area. I don't want you here. I mean, I don't think demons. I'm sorry. I don't think it could be a demon or something. It when you're invading my space and stuff like that. I need you out.
yeah. Got a question for you? Oh no, ghosts. Oh, yeah, they are fussy ghosts. Oh, or trying to get your attention. That's what Amy said.
What?
Amy said, or they're trying to get your attention. And Chrissy said, a fussy ghost. And
Oh
Phenomenal
yeah.
says, yeah, what's your
What
explanation
you
for
explanation on smells coming out. I mean, as far as smell, I haven't got any yet. But just make sure you're not in the kitchen cooking. Nah,
Yeah.
that's a bad joke. I'm sorry, but no. As far if I get a smell, if I get a smell and it's out of nowhere, um,
Mhm.
I mean, I it depends. It depends where you're at, and you get like, for example, if you're outside and you have a cigar, it could be paranormal because that's actually maybe a residual as well because that
Yeah.
person loves cigars and he's smoking a cigar and
Yeah.
you get that smell.
Oh, yeah. Smells coming out of, what is it? Smells, okay, hold on. Smells out of nowhere. Probably not good. Um, what do you, so what do you,
outside. Crazy ass cat.
So is there any place you would never investigate again?
Um, to be honest, not yet. I mean, I haven't gotten that level yet. I mean, I haven't got there yet. I mean, I love investigating almost everywhere, and so far the place that I've been has been it's been real, it's fun. Um,
Mm.
I would still investigate a lot of other places that I've already investigated. Like I mentioned before, Bachelor Grove is my favorite abandoned cemetery, and I would
Yeah.
always investigate there because I would always get something there. And yeah, I mean, for me not to investigate a certain area, it have to be really bad experience. Um, yeah, that's it. That I mean, for me not to investigate a certain area again, it had to be a very bad experience.
Cool. Have you ever had an attachment? Then how do you get rid of that in your own experience?
Well, let me off. When I do an investigation, I start praying. I do a little and I make sure I'm washed by the blood of God and everything. And when I'm ending an investigation, I also pray. Um, as far as being attached to a ghost being attached to me, I mean, there were times that I felt that there was something here that followed me at one point because I see him like a black shadow dashing from the corner of my eyes and stuff like that. But I mean, nothing scary, and you know, it's probably just there just to observe or
Mm,
um maybe because it likes me. I don't know, but
right.
uh, as far as being harassed or anything by any kind of ghost, no, I haven't experienced anything like that, and I'm not sure that if I had an attachment, but if I did, I mean, I guess it didn't last long because I haven't seen anything yet.
Okay, cool. Um, so how about have you ever seen like any orbs that had like faces on them or anything?
Ooh, yeah, orbs I've seen. Um, not really. I mean, I was in Bachelor Grove, and I was telling. I think it's in that video. OMG is so haunted.
Hmm.
There was at the very end of the video. There's a part that I'm talking to, and I tell him, "Hey, do you see this mist down there?" And all of a sudden, you see this orb coming down and disappears. And I looked through it. I looked through my camera, and when I'm doing my video and stuff, my footage, and sure enough, yeah, it was right there. But I think, like I said, at that time I was recording with my GoPro, with my action camera, and you only could see the orb, but I couldn't freeze it to see a face.
Wow, it's crazy. Yeah, a lot of people say they see arms and legs and everything else. So, because what's your take on a daytime investigation?
Yeah, daytime investigation. Oh, I love daytime investigation. I do that a lot. Um, Uh, but like I said earlier, if a place is haunted, it's haunted in day or night. But I mean, daytime, it just you can actually see what you're doing in the day. You can move around, you can do uh look out, what's stuff like that. And but at night, you got to have your flashlight because you don't know what you're gonna be stepping into. You don't know who's around you, who could do harm to you. But I think daytime investigation could be very fun, uh, as well as at night.
Cool. Have you ever experienced like a funnel ghost?
A what ghost?
A funnel ghost?
No, I never experienced a funnel ghost.
But let me. Well, they're mostly spotted in historical buildings. The funnel ghost or vortex is frequently associated with a cold spot, and they usually take on the shape of a swirling funnel. And most paranormal experts believe they are loved ones returning for a visit or a former resident of a home, appearing as a swirling spiral or light. They are often caught in photographs or a video.
Right,
So basically, if you see like like you say, you see a
right.
picture,
No,
and you see some, yeah. So it's crazy how they
like twirls or
they
something like almost.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
No, I never experienced
Um,
anything like that at all.
I haven't either. It's just a thought. Well, because like they naming ghosts like that's just crazy. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
they
I
got
mean,
so
and what's cool, they name them exactly what they are too. So
yeah. How about animal ghost? Do you think there could? Do you think um do you think our pets can come back as spirits?
I believe so. I mean, they are alive. They were alive at one point. And I believe animals have souls, have spirits in them, and I believe that they're almost like human. They do have that emotion of love, hate, anger, all that emotion, and I believe they do. Um, call it. They do and stuff like that. So yeah, I do believe that. I do believe that animal spirits out there and stuff like that, especially if the animals love their owner and they don't want to leave their owner.
Exactly. Have you ever experienced a poltergeist? Well, after this, if
No,
you want to come up,
I
we can put it up
I
for you.
haven't, and I don't think I want
Mm,
to.
nah. Okay. No, I that's a good question. That's a good answer. Um, everybody knows what poltergeist is, so I'm not gonna read it. There's the crowd demon. These
Right,
ghosts are attracted to crowds. They only
a
show up in
crowd demon.
locations that, yeah, crowd demon. They only show up in crowds and stuff like that, in large groups.
Mm.
When they're photographed, they take a form of a distorted shape. Wow.
Right,
I
right.
know it's
I've seen videos of
sorry.
that as well. Like
Yeah,
a group of people together and they take pictures and stuff like that, and you can see them like right behind another person and stuff. Yeah, I've seen videos like that.
all right, cool. That's cool, Christy. Um, I know there is the doppelganger. I think I said it right. Everybody knows that
Oh
because if
yeah,
you look at your own stuff,
another person next to you. Yeah, it's like a person. You're looking at a twin.
yeah, that's wild. Like if you look at it, you'll die. I'm just like, I think it's just bad luck, to be honest. That's all.
I
And they
think
got them.
if you see a double ganger, you I think it is bad luck because either a double ganger is either trying to take your life and become you, wants to become you. I mean, that's what my personal thinking. I mean, other people probably think something else.
Yeah, yeah. Go to send it to my Twitter, dude, and put it up. Bad Mo. He has bad mojo. Yeah, it's bad mojo, man. I don't know if you'll die or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's another one called it's
Is
Lemur. These are angry ghosts who wander. They're associated with darkness, doom, and misfortune. The reason why they are
a
malevolent
motor?
is it's a lemur, Lemur,
Yeah.
because they're mad because they weren't they didn't have a proper burial, so that's why
Hmm.
they're angry all the time. There's there's an animated spirit. Wow, I didn't know about that one. These ghosts are embodied by
A what?
objects rather um in animated ghost. I never heard of that. um
Hmm.
yeah, they're
Is that the type of that attach themselves to like dolls or certain object?
well, it says right here, these ghosts are embodied by objects rather than people. Believe it or not, they can take forms of ships, cars, trains, and even lamps. These ghosts are create residual hauntings, which means there is no interaction between you and the ghost. What you are seeing is only a playback of events and had already occurred. These events is imprinted in the area
Hmm.
because of significance. You are not in any danger because you are not actually witnessing ghosts. You are witnessing a leftover energy with the particular segment of time. See, and that
Oh
goes
wow,
back to what we were
wow.
talking about
There's a
yesterday.
question there.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, all
No, no,
right.
go ahead, go ahead. What we were talking about
Oh no,
yesterday?
no, I was trying to find the question. I know I sorry guys. Wasn't paying attention. I think this is it, I'm not sure. If we're gonna do I'm trying to find the question. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Is the Ouija board good or bad?
My experience, I play with the Ouija board. It's bad. So, I mean, through what I went through, it was really bad. I mean, I was a teenager at the time. Well, I was in my 20s. I was in my
Mhm.
20s, and me and my best friend, we decided to play the Ouija board, and we were playing with the Ouija board quite a few times. I forgot what name this ghost or whatever that we were talking to. It was supposed to be a kid or something like that. And one night, I was with my best friend and a few other people, and we were outside and we were playing with the Ouija board. And for some reason, the Ouija board, one of my friends asked a question, and the Ouija board told me to leave. And me being, a young guy, didn't care. Um, I told him no, aggressively. I told him no, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. And
Mhm.
as we were playing with it, it stopped, and then all of a sudden the Ouija board flew off our lap,
Uh,
and we were like, "What the hell just happened?" We were freaking out and stuff like that at first, but then
Thank you.
we 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 went on with our life. We put the Ouija board away, and then one night, that same night actually, I went home and I went to sleep, and I felt like
So
scratches on
Sean,
my leg,
yeah.
and from there on, I never played with the Ouija board again.
No, Sean said a Ouija is something a device, my opinion. So what about the planchette they have on there? Is that true? You can see spirits through? Oh, this one,
Yeah.
Sean said.
Yeah, I believe it's a device. That's a good question, Sean. I believe that is a device to communicate with. I mean, you don't know who you're gonna communicate through the Ouija board. It could be a ghost. It could be a demon. I mean, you don't know. But with my experience, I mean, yeah, I would never, ever, 100% ever touch a Ouija board again.
Wow. Like yesterday we were talking about like residual haunting and stuff like that. How it's just a piece of time. So if it's
Uh-huh.
if it's just a piece of time, that means you can't cross them over, right? Because they're already moved on to another plane. I know we're not trying to get spiritual here or anything, but um, hell or heaven, or you know what I mean. Like I thought that your whole
Mm.
existence goes with you, not just stay behind so you could play like a record when you die. Some of them don't.
As far as residual haunting, I'm not sure if they know they're dead or alive. I'm not sure because they're just living uh the day over and over and over. Um, as far as how you call it? I just saw some move. I don't know.
No,
As far
I
as
think I thought I
an
seen a
intelligent
white
haunting,
orb. I thought I seen a white
orbs.
orb like a little bit ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know why.
yeah. I mean, there are stuff. I believe there are stuff here, but they're harmless.
Okay,
But like I was saying, as far as an intelligent haunting, I think the reason why they stay behind is maybe they're scared what's on the other side.
yeah, or they're scared to be judged
You know.
for what they did.
Yeah.
No,
So the probably, I mean, that's my opinion. I don't know anybody else have a different opinion about that, but
yeah,
that's what I think. I think they stay behind because, for one, they probably they're scared to be judged, and they don't want to go to hell, or something like that.
yeah. Um, what do you think about crystals? Do crystals help? Do you have any?
I have no crystals. I do have a cross. I believe my cross
Thank you,
protect
Christian.
me. I'm Christian, 100% Christian, and I believe that God is protecting me, and I'm watched by the blood of God. And
Hmm.
I mean, people like wearing crystals, they do protect you. Uh,
Hmm.
Others do other things. Some gives you good luck. That me personally, I don't wear any. I mean, I look into that. I mean, I try looking into that, but I haven't had the time to actually read up more about it. Um, but I mean, I hear that there are crystals out there that protects you. There are crystals out there that you know symbolize certain things for you in life.
Thanks, Ghost Hunters. Yeah, no, I believe that too. Like, I mean, there's so many. So many things going on. It's just like the flashlight method. Have you ever tried that?
No, you know what? I've always wanted to do it, and when I'm in investigation, I get so excited I forget to do something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
really. Yeah.
but I do use the K2. I do use the K2 meter, and when we was in the old mill, it actually lit up for us. So Sean was recording, and he sees the light on. We also we went to Robinson Woods, which is supposed to be a haunted wood. Um,
Hmm.
and there's also an actual cemetery there, of I don't know who's buried. I think it was his uh, an Indian wife
Hmm.
buried there and child. And we put our my K2 meter on top of it, on the top of the headstone. And when I turned back, the K2 meter fell off. That we had no
Oh
wind,
wow,
nobody was around it. It just fell off. Yeah, and I had it stable right on top of it.
wow, that's
No,
wild.
I've never been attacked. I've never been attacked. But I felt scratches. I felt like little soft touches here and there. They said that um it's like spider webs. You feel spider webs or something. They said that could be a ghost going through you or something like that. I felt that before. Um, but I've never been attacked, like trying to get harmed or something like that. No.
Yeah, I got another question for you. Uh, do you think spirits can give you a message through your dreams or attack you in your dreams? Like,
I believe so. I believe you're in a state of mind of when you're sleeping. I mean, you're actually vulnerable. Um, it's like a dream where they try to contact you. I had dreams that my dad came back and told me some, after a while I forget. I'm very forgetful, but yeah, my dad came to my dream because my dad passed away back in 2017, and no, my fault, 2007, and yeah, he came into my dream telling me, that he loves me, that you know, apologizing and why he left and stuff. But
Sorry about that, man.
I mean, I believe they do come in your dreams and they do a message to you. It just depends how you take it.
Exactly. Welcome, Sean. It's his birthday today.
Yeah, it was Sean's birthday yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. My bad.
Yeah, yeah, Sean's birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Yeah. Have you ever seen anything levitate before? Sorry, Sean.
No, no. I mean, I've seen things moved. I mean, like what happened to the K2 meter. I seen that, moved. But I never seen anything levitated and stuff. That would be cool to catch, though. I mean, I would love to
Yeah.
catch something like that.
Have you ever experienced 3 knockings? I know that's a knock of the Trinity or something like that.
Um, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. I know we try to get when we was in the haunted mill. Sean and I, we
Mm-hmm.
trying to get the spirits, the kids, all whatever ghost that was in there, try to knock on the door or on a wall or something like that. People heard it. Some people have heard knocking and stuff like that, but I haven't yet. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all I've actually heard, like that one time we was in the haunted mill, and Sean and I wasn't recording at the time, and I really regret that. But Sean and I, we were downstairs, and we hear this loud footsteps from the third floor. I think it was on the third floor or second floor. Sean, I don't know what floor we were on, but we heard a loud footstep, and there was nobody upstairs. Nobody.
Oh, that is wild. Um. So, what's your advice to any paranormal, any people that are still starting out in paranormal? Um, do you have any advice for them?
Uh, I mean, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. But I say, be aware. I mean, what you're getting into. I mean, it depends on how far you're gonna go. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because playing around with paranormal, playing around with ghosts, it's not a game or nothing like that. It can be dangerous. It can be dangerous, but at the same time, for me, I mean, it's exciting. I mean, it can be scary as well at times. So
Cool.
I'll answer
Where
that
you
in a
from?
minute. But so how you call it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, my advice is, think about it. Think about it before you do it, because you're not sure what you're gonna get into. A paranormal, a ghost could be very unpredictable. So yeah, just think about what you're gonna do. And where I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I'm Puerto Rican. Both my parents are Puerto Rican, and
Cool.
a lot of people ask me this question: where did you get your name? Um, I'm a big Batman fan, and I'm Puerto Rican, so I combine Bat and Rican together. Bat Rican.
Cool. It's like you should like play Batman, a Puerto Rican Batman. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so I said it. I said it. I believe about a week ago. If I get 600 subscribers within 2 months, I put on my Batman suit and I go investigate somewhere in my Batman suit, no matter where it's at.
Hell yeah! Wow. Well, if you don't mind, we can open the panel up. Thanks for coming by. You can still hang. You can still hang with us, and if anyone wants to ask questions to Batrican, that'd be cool. So, is that okay with you, Batrican?
Oh, I don't want no question for. No, just kidding. Yeah, we're good.
I'll put a link out here. Enough badgering him already. Here you guys go. There's a link. I'm gonna put it up. So give me a second. Hold on. So what's up, Jax?
What's up?
How's it going? I'm just trying to put it.
Hey, it isn't me unless I pop in and out of the internet. If I hold the internet
pizza
too many
time.
times, I'll be like, "Whoa, Jax is possessed. She's got internet."
Right? Shoot, I know,
Yeah,
right?
like appearing and disappearing.
Sometimes it'll hold an entire interview, Rican. Sometimes it'll hold for 2 hours. Sometimes an hour. Sometimes 5 minutes. But you know what? I give it a break and I come back. It's not me unless I pop in and out.
I feel you, man. My internet's not that great either.
They told me that we have high-speed internet here, so I ordered a new modem, and the guy came here to reconfigure it. He's you're not on the highest speed internet. They won't put in the wiring to make y'all high speed out here. I'm like, what? So he told me 2 companies. Yes. He told me I could go through 2 other companies that would give me high-speed internet. So there's gonna be a change coming.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, you think you're paying for high-speed internet, and you're not.
Yeah, a lot of these companies, they like to scam, unfortunate people and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really bad. I mean, I deal with Comcast. I don't know who you deal with, but yeah, our internet is pretty, it comes in and out as well. So
we have CenturyLink.
Oh, they suck.
Dog crap. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fix the wagon.
CenturyLink. I never heard of them.
Oh,
Arizona.
Oh, never mind. I thought because I was in Australia, they had a CenturyLink where it's a job place, So
no, it's called ShitLink. It's what it should be called.
Right?
Link. Or I'm gonna blow your office up link. Sometimes I have good internet. Sometimes I don't have any internet.
Right. Yeah, my wife, she works from home, and sometimes our internet go in and out, and she get booted out of her job. What she's doing on her laptop. Yeah, I get really frustrated. I'm also like on my phone or whatnot, and my internet goes out, and then my phone goes so slow, and I'm like, I'm trying to get something here, I'm trying to watch something here, and what's going on with this freaking internet?
It's like when you're in the middle, or when it tells you, "Oh, you have no internet." You're looking at your bars, going, "Yes, I do have internet. What's going on here? I'm looking at my internet. It's on." Oh, you have no internet. You're looking at your bars, going, "I do have internet. What's going on here?" Drives me nuts. I'm going.
I think someone has YouTube on. It goes. Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
It goes. Anonymous, can you? I think you have YouTube on at the same time. It goes. Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
Anonymous, can you? I think you have YouTube.
Somebody does.
Yes, Tim.
All right, Amy. Not like that robot from R2-D2.
I know, right?
Star Wars.
Okay, Amy, thanks for coming by.
R2-D2.
I know, right? Oh, okay. What's up, Total Kill Boy? Thanks for coming by. Oh, okay.
What's going on, Total Kill Boy?
Kill Boy. Thanks for coming by. Still doing it. Oh, okay. Still doing it. Kill Boy.
What makes that sound?
Yeah, it's still doing it. Not long ago. Kill Boy. Yeah, it's still doing it. Not long ago. Kill Boy. Yeah, still doing it, bro. Okay, that's better.
There you go.
He must love Star Wars. Oh, okay, that's better. He must love Star Wars.
Are we cool?
Yeah.
Are we cool?
Yeah, hopefully.
Are we cool?
I can still hear it.
You still hear it?
Are we cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. That's funny though.
What's up, man? What's going on? You still hear it?
There's I've got amplifiers and video cameras and radios, etc. etc.
You just sounded robotic. That's all. You know, like.
etc. etc.
Yeah.
Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you, man. How's it going?
Yeah. How you doing?
Nice to see you, man. How's it going?
You gotta do it at night, bro.
Fantastic, thank you.
Anything?
Okay, I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be back. Okay, guys. You guys talk about whatever, ghost or whatever.
Alright.
Stop. My dog likes to be on YouTube.
That does sound like.
There, see, everybody sees you now. See, everybody sees you.
he's
See,
gone.
everybody sees you. Okay. Yes, my dog. She knows when I'm on. She knows
That's
when
a
I'm on.
cute dog. What kind of dog is he?
She's a border collie. Pain in the ass.
Oh, really? I love
She's
dogs.
still a pup. She's about a year and a few months
I had
old, so
a-
she's still a pup.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I grew up with all sorts of animals around me. I grew up with bunnies, ducks, chicken. What else? Dogs, cats,
Oh,
all
she
kinds
loves
of
the
birds,
chickens next door.
fish. You know, yeah, I love animals. So.
She loves the chickens next door. She loves to.
Oh, really?
We've already had to pay for 2 chickens.
She like to go chase them.
Oh yeah, and then go. Bad baby, bad baby.
All
Yes,
right.
Josiah?
Yeah, I kind of figured it was you, Ghost Hunter.
I'll be right back. All right.
Yeah. So how's everybody on the chat? What's going on?
Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay. Where did he go? Did he drop off? Oh, he dropped off.
No, I'm right here. Oh,
No, Ghost Hunter.
you
He
mean
dropped
Ghost Hunter?
off.
Yeah. He like
See,
said he
now my
went to the
internet's
bathroom.
holding.
Yeah.
Now my internet holds. When we start talking about certain spirits, I've got about 6 in my house. And sometimes
Really?
we talk about certain things.
Wow.
I like to play with my internet. I think it's them. I mean, like I said, sometimes I
No
can
way.
hold, sometimes I can, and sometimes we get talking, and then, yep.
That's not good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start setting up a camera at night, but you know, spirits, they're not monkeys. You know,
Thanks for
they
coming up,
show up when they're
Don
gonna
Juan.
show up.
Oh, of course
You
not.
know. So I could
Right.
record for 6 hours and not get anything, and one time snap a picture and get something.
Like I said, thanks for coming up, man. Appreciate it. So tell us
Yes,
about
very much.
So tell us about your spirits in your house, Jax.
You want to talk about my spirits again? Okay, I'll tell you about my spirits.
Not your beer, but your spirits, ghosts.
I don't have any beer, dude. I have.
I thought spirits were like
it's a
wine.
bang. It's not beer. Shit. If I had beer, I'd be a little more looped than I am now.
Hey,
No,
I like
have-
bang. Bang is a
I
good
have-
drink.
I don't drink. I used to drink like a lot, like in my 20s, like tequila. Woo, that was my shit right there. Tequila. Yeah. No more. No more. No, no. You know,
Tequila.
in your 20s, you can get away with that. But
I used to be a heavy drinker.
Oh yeah.
when I turned, well, let's see. After I turned 35, I just started drinking beer, just beer. And now that I'm 49, it's rare. It's like I don't need it. You know, I can take it or leave it. Like maybe holidays, a glass of wine, or football games.
Right.
Of course, have a beer.
Right.
But I don't drink much anymore.
Right.
Spirits in my house, Eli. You know about spirits in my house. My
mean-
grandparents are here. My two aunts are here for sure. Thank you, Ghost Hunters UK. Chris is like, yes, tequila. Yeah, but there's one bad thing about tequila, Christy.
Yeah.
Tequila makes your clothes fall off. It's a proven fact.
Right.
It happens if you drink tequila, the clothes are gonna fall off. Don't ask me how that happens. It just does.
Man, we're talking about beer now. Oh shit.
No, Ghost Hunters, I don't have, you can ask Eli. I don't have like, I'm like one of the guys, not one of the girls. I may look like one of the girls, but come football season,
Oh yeah.
I mean, you should hear me talk with you. You'll get to know me. You'll be like, I'll be like, yeah, that's me. And no filter. I guess when you get older, you're just like, screw it. What are you gonna do? Nothing. No one's gonna. I'm Jax. That's it. That's who I am. I can't be anybody different. Let's see. I have my answer here.
Who's your favorite football team?
I have a video. I'm gonna put out more content. I have a video, but Vale looked at it, and she asked me if I knew anybody by the name of Ronald or Roland, and I'm like, no, it doesn't mean anything to me. So I called my mama, and my mama said, well, Roland was your uncle. Well, I sent her a pic. I sent her about 4 or 5 pictures, and she picked out my Uncle Toonie. And I had this unbelievable headache for like 10 days. Like, oh my God, like 10 freaking days. And I told Vale, I said, I can't get rid of it. She goes, well, ask him what he wants. I said, well, I don't know. She goes, doesn't matter. If you know him, ask him what he wants. So I asked him what he wants. He wanted. He told me headache went away. I get headaches when they come. I'm sensitive, so I get like, it depends how strong they are. I get mild if they're like, just want to talk, but if they're like, they come on strong, that's they're at me.
2-liter Mountain Dew and a 20-ounce bottle of Sierra Mist.
Okay.
Supposedly they're out of 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, bullcrap, damn pizza.
Pizza.
So let me ask you this, Jax. Do you consider yourself a medium? Oh, she froze.
She's still there. I wish I can consider myself as a medium. I mean, that would be awesome. I think that I would use my gift
To talk to ghosts and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So I'm just eating. I have my camera off. It's like just help them move on and stuff like that. Good, I love.
There are times that I wish I could like see him and talk to him physically. like that one show. What's that one show with Jennifer Love Hewitt? Ghost
Mm,
Whisper, I think it's called.
yeah. Ghost Whisperer, yeah. That's a good one.
Have you ever? Yeah.
I've seen that one. I
Yes.
watch all the
I mean,
shows, bro.
I kind of wish, Yeah. I same here, man. I've been watching a lot of shows.
Hmm. My friend Brian is a medium.
Was
It's great. Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Some things I don't want to know or see. Well, man, Chris, it's more like it's a gift, you know. They're asking for your help, you know, for to cross over, or maybe, you know, it's one of your family members try to give you a gift and stuff like that, you know. I mean, you never know.
Right. Because sometimes if you're a medium, it's like like if you had that power that she had on the
Yeah.
show, she used them as, of a way to get all those messages through to other loved ones to let them know that they're okay, or the only way
Mm,
they could finish what they had in life here is to leave a message so they could go on to do, to either heaven or wherever else they go to.
exactly. But imagine you
But
see a lot of like crazy things though, man, like accidents, and they're just you know, you wake up and they're all bloodified, and I mean, I'm saying that TV adds more than it is. You know what I mean?
right, right, right. It's like Sixth Sense, like that little kid. He watched that little like an accident on front, and it was a biker that got hit by a car. He was all bloody on one side.
Yeah, cool. I feel. I mean, you know, like I wish it was. You know, I wish I could better understand the paranormal. I know a lot don't know, but
Hmm.
with mediums, so they probably see a lot. I mean, and they explain to them that they where they are and everything else. Like some I heard some go to black voids, you know, and they stay there.
Right,
You know, that's where
right.
most go, but most of them stay with the ones they love. Why?
Hmm.
I heard from Jax. You know, he had told me that one time
Right.
because
Oh, okay.
because veil senses and everything. Yeah.
Mm. Well, Eli, I gotta let you go. I gotta do some
No, you good, man.
things. I also gotta check out my footages on the other video that I have. Um, but it was awesome being on here. I loved it. I enjoyed, um, everybody that has questions and everything. And Jack is like the ghost and said he is.
Yeah, I know, right?
But I would, yeah, I would love to do this again. Um,
Oh yeah, of course.
hopefully
Mm-hmm.
soon. Yeah. So I enjoyed everything, and I'll see you soon, and we'll talk. You got my number
Yeah,
and
man.
everything. Just give me a
Oh
ring
yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
for sure, man. Thanks for coming up, man. I appreciate it.
All right. All right. I'll see you guys later. No problem. Everybody on the chat, you have a blessed day, and
Hey,
keep on
Boomer.
being awesome. All right. Later.
There.
Bye, Eli.
See you later, bro. Thanks for coming up. Well, if anyone wants to come up, chit chat for a little bit, that's cool. If not, then I'll probably end this maybe like at the 2 hour mark. So that's like 13 minutes from now. So if not, then I'll keep on going. So um, anyone can ask me questions. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, like that's the reason why I started this, because I'm curious about the paranormal, and I want to ask the investigators how they felt and what they witnessed with spirits and stuff like that. And I know it's rough for some. It is rough. It is rough to live with it. Um, and some, you're like, all right, thanks, man. I appreciate it, bro. Um, but yeah, like I was saying, like it's hard. But some people love it. Some people just can't get enough of it, and they help out other people, and some use it for bad too as well. So I understand that, and that's crazy. But for me, I rather just just keep on researching, talking to paranormal investigators to find out, what they experienced, what they seen, personal experiences and everything else, or what they caught on camera and everything else. So, Jax is coming up. What's up, Jax? You should go. I know. I want to go on one. Once I get a little better, Christy, I'm gonna go on one.
See, you make me talk about my spirits, and I lose my internet. It's your fault. Our fault. I'm telling you, like when Killhead, when Jason gets here, we're gonna go Jerome.
Yeah,
It'll be
up and
fun.
going by then.
I've been there hundreds of times, just never investigated it.
That's cool. Yeah, I want to go. Hey, what's up, Short Fry? What's going on?
What's up, Short Fry?
Fucking delivery driver.
Hey, Jack.
What's up, homegirl?
Chilling.
Cool, Christy.
Like a villain.
Yep.
Oh, thank you for hitting me up, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I subbed you today to UK. Why, thank you. I try to be myself. I mean, I know people say, "Oh, Jax is funny." Jack, they never see me in a bad mood or sad. I try not to be.
Hey, Christy.
Such is life.
What's going on with you, Short Fry?
I'm chilling.
Cool.
Just chilling.
I'm chilling too. Nah, sure. I'm just eat some pizza bites, something.
You
Neil,
and your
thank you. I'm so glad you told me your name. I hate calling people by their name. Like nicknames, I call her. I try to know their real names because it's saying your Twitter name or your YouTube name sounds so weird when you say it now. Like I know everybody.
Yeah.
Like
Hey, phenomenon.
bring it. No, don't you start barking. Bring.
Are you calling Jax unpredictable? She is unpredictable. Always. It's in the trip.
You're not going outside either.
That's me, unpredictable Jax. You never know what I'm gonna do. Ever.
I know, right?
That's what makes me interesting.
Yup.
Are you done? No, she's not done.
So Short Fry, you want to tell us what you do on your channel? Or when you get started?
I do a lot of things on my channel. My channel is like a little bit of everything. But I am a paranormal investigator. And I love doing that. I love being a paranormal investigator. I go to places you would shit yourself. Literally. By myself.
Christy, when my dog stops barking, I'll tell you.
I know you do spirit rods, I want to say. Or dowsing rods.
I do spirit rod, spirit box.
So what's the most kind of like coolest thing they ever got, like out of answers out of a dowsing rod? Stop, Boomer.
Holy crap,
depends on
dude.
what you ask.
You know the crap I had to go through just to get in here?
Oh shit! All right, man.
Hey, sure.
Christy, I
Long time no see.
have 6 or 7 at times.
Wow.
What's up?
How's it going, bro?
Not too bad.
That's cool. So you're saying, I'm sorry, man. Short Fry, what you were saying about your dowsing rod? Sorry.
It depends on what you ask.
But what's the weirdest?
Hey, Jax.
What's the weirdest question? The answer you ever got back or asked?
But what do you call weird, Eli?
Oh, sort of like if you ask like a
Hey, Christy.
interesting question and it came true, like something personal that it came true. Sorry.
If you ask about your anything like that, they'll tell you.
Ouch.
Right. Where's that again?
I said, I mean, you can ask about your health. You can ask about your love life. Ask about ask about just about anything. But they will not tell you if you're gonna win the lottery or anything like that. They won't tell you that.
Nah, they won't.
They won't tell you when the world's gonna end or
when my pizza's gonna be
when
delivered.
somebody's gonna die, or actually, they may answer that. They may answer.
Yeah,
30
they may
minutes or
answer that
less.
one.
Who knows?
Okay, let's try this. Huh? When is my pizza? Oh, okay, never mind. I have the app right here. It's gonna tell me anyway. So.
No. Right? Can sort your app for that question.
I know, right?
But yeah, well, dowsing rods, just like with a pendulum, you ask yes or no questions.
Yeah.
Like in that case, you would say, "Hey, is my pizza going to be here on time?" You know, it's either yes or no. You know,
Right. I don't need the tracking app. I'm like, wait, I got spirit rods. Oh, shit. Yeah.
right?
I haven't had pizza for a while, man. I'm gonna try to cut down and everything
I
else.
still got some pizza in the fridge that I made the other night.
Yeah, and you're not sharing? Where's the invite?
Hell no.
It's all
I can't afford to share my food.
right.
Why do you think I try to make one pizza last a whole week?
Right. How do you do that? Let's see, one slice a day with some
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what I do. I eat maybe 1 or 2 slices a day and leave the rest for the next couple of days. And one pizza usually lasts me 3, maybe 4 days. So
cool.
I've learned how to be very frugal.
The question is, does pineapple belong on pizza? And I say, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hey, Dakota.
Dakota, what's up, B? Come on up. So, I mean, so what do you what do you think about being a psychic and stuff like that, dude, or having a gift like sensitive? How is that like?
What are you talking to me now?
You.
Well, you pretty much know how I feel on that. I mean,
I know.
It's not always pleasant, having a gift, no matter what gift it is, whether it's, being an empath or being one of the clairs, clairvoyant, claircognate, and whatever the others are. I mean, it's not all pleasantry. Like it's sometimes it's pretty horrific,
Overwhelming.
Yeah, very overwhelming. It's always overwhelming. And sometimes it can be downright frightening. Just the information you obtain over the years through having a gift, whether it's communicating with the spirits or whatever, that information you get that like you either can't share it or if you do share it, it's not going to have a very nice outcome. So you're left with that burden as well. So, I mean, you're carrying many crosses, when you have a gift. And when you have multiple gifts, it's even, it just adds on, so, yeah. I mean, you carry the burden of other people's secrets because you know things about somebody that even they may not know. Exactly. Because you've obtained information, whether it's through communicating with one of their past loved ones, or the empath thing can tell you, like, I mean, what a person's personality is like, what their soul energy is given off. You can tell if this is a good person or not such a good person, and you don't want to be the one to sink somebody's ship. So you keep all that to yourself. It's like, well, I mean, he hasn't done anything yet, so why would I, you know what I mean? Like, don't rock the boat kind of thing. So you're left with the burden of having that kind of information and not being able to share it. You got the weight of the whole world plus the spiritual realm on your shoulders, literally. And that's one reason why I've been stepping away from it. And I'm stepping away from the hands-on practice of it because of the overwhelming pressure of it all. It literally affects my physical health. Like I said, over the last two or 2.5 months or so, I've been dealing with bouts of illnesses that I can't explain medically, but they're there and they exist. So, it is a combination of both medical and paranormal type. The way the paranormal affects somebody like me, and it does cause physical medical issues, like with, when you're drained, you're more susceptible to infections and things like that. When the paranormal world is just draining your energy, you have no strength to, it's left to your body, your physical body, to fight off all that stuff, because you don't have the assistance with your spirit because it's so weakened, because they're sapping that energy from you. The spirit energy within us, our souls, or whatever you want to refer to it, works with our physical abilities to fight off or ward off illnesses and things like that. So if one is not working up to par, if one or the other isn't pulling its weight, that's when you end up with bad issues, and some of them could be physical illness. Does that explain everything you need to know?
Oh yeah, it does. And it's kind of hard if you do go see a doctor or something. Then, oh man, they're gonna call. How doctors are. They want to put you through medicine and all these tests and everything else to prove that if you're not sane or not. And I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what doctors probably would think.
I'd be in the psych ward. Yeah, well, I came close a few times, Christy. I've had a couple psychologists and psychiatrists who's like, yeah, we might have to just like, my parents are like, no. We'll explain it away by blaming his Tourette syndrome. That's what we're gonna do. They have to create a physical cause of things. I do have Tourette's, but that doesn't explain everything that I've had to endure. But it makes a good explanation to keep me out of the padded rooms. So I say nothing. I'm bipolar anyway. Well, I'm a bit bipolar too. I mean, Eli can tell you that. He's been on that end of that. He's been on the service end of that before. I get very bipolar at times, but that's just something that runs in the family.
Oh man, I honestly don't know how you feel because I don't have that kind of gift. But,
yeah. Well, I mean,
everybody's got a gift. Everybody's got a gift, whether you know it or not. Everybody's got one.
Yeah. And it took me a while to learn that. See, I thought I was somebody special. Like, I mean, there's only a very few in the world like me. Like, like there's a reason why only certain people like have this or whatever. But in the last 6 years or so, I've gotten to know other people that have a little, just as much or a little more knowledge on it. And I discovered, now I'm beginning to believe more that, it is within all of us to some extent, but it's whether you're open to it or not. And there's things you can do to, some of us, it's just there naturally and we can naturally use it. Others have to work for it, and I didn't mean to shut off short, and she could go ahead and elaborate on that. and explain it
Like, well,
in her words.
Boomer's right. It's whether you want to accept it or not. Because if you don't use your gift, yes, it will go away. It will deteriorate because you're not using that gift. Some people shut it out because they're scared of what the gift is. Like
Yeah.
my son, he's an empath. My daughter, she got a gift, but she refuses to use it because she's scared. And yes, it can be terrifying to, like, if you see the spirits, yeah, it can be terrifying to people.
Oh,
Some people are like, oh
absolutely.
yeah, cool. But some people it's like, oh hell no, I ain't doing that shit. Mm.
Yeah.
Right.
Just before we came over here, Short Fry and I were on a call, and I was having her watch the show with me that I saw that I discovered on Hulu called Psychic Kids. It's a show that started in 2009 with this guy Coffee. What's his first name again? Anyway, he's supposed to be some world renowned psychic, and he started this show, Psychic Kids, where he would go to different children's houses who claim they have these gifts and stuff, and he was supposed to show them how to use them and things like that. Well, the newer ones, that one lasted 3 series, and they ended it because of some discrepancy with Mr. Coffee there. So now 10 years later, 10 years later, they got a new one, and some of the children that were in the first ones 10 years ago are now they've totally revamped the show. Now they have the other ones grown up, and they're like what's the word I use, mentors for other young children that are going through those same issues with being having to see them and hear them and things like that. So they guide them to teach them how to use their gifts and how to accept it and realize it's not all bad. So that's a pretty good show. If you have Hulu, I'd recommend checking out that first season of it. I'm hoping they continue with it and make another season. But it's very interesting, and I've even learned more about it and how and that's what also made me discover, like there are many people out there that are experiencing this, but a lot of them, they say they don't have the gift only because they haven't experienced it yet. It could like dormant within someone their whole life, and it'll seem like they're just not one of the, quote unquote gifted. Whereas now I believe it's within everybody to, some people just, it happens natural to them at a certain age, and some people just have to work at it and to be able to use it, But
Yeah, true.
if any show explains it any better than I could, that show Psychic Kids, it's on Hulu. They have one season from 2019, and it explains a lot. I think what happens most times is we all kind of have it as children. Like every child can recall seeing something at some point in their life related to the paranormal or whatever. But as we grow older, we tend to forget about that stuff because our lives get, more involved with the here and now and stuff like that, and the real stuff and things like that. We tend to forget it. We lose that part of us as we grow up. But apparently there's a way to regain it, if you really wanted to,
Yeah. Very true. I mean, is that true? You can shut your gift off at any time.
I can't turn it off, but I can shield myself as far as the claircognate or clairvoyant type stuff, the speaking, the hearing, and of the spirits and things like. I can kind of shield myself and block it out. I can put up a blocker and block a lot of that out. The empath thing, I if there's a way to shut it off, I haven't discovered it.
Exactly.
Because I'm still like, I can't be in a room with more than 5 people in the same space without like getting very overwhelmed and feeling like all the emotions and stuff each one of them are experiencing and things like that. Like, I haven't learned, if there's a way, how to shut that off. That's just constant as far as I'm concerned. And that's another reason why, I don't go looking for it anymore. I'm not actively, getting involved with certain aspects of paranormal because it literally has been affecting my health lately, especially over the last few months.
Exactly.
I mean, the strokes I had back in 2018 through 2018 till 2019, I relate them to my active involvement in paranormal. I think it just got to me to the point where, because my heart attacks and strokes have been stress induced. Like, if it's physical or emotional or psychological stress, that has a lot to do with it. That impacts it greatly. And, so if I dispense of most of the stress, physical or otherwise, it helps. Like, I don't experience those conditions as much,
Exactly.
The TIAs, yeah, every once in a while I still suffer with a TIA now and again. If I start getting like very overwhelmed or stressed out or whatever, I'll have a TIA. That's another reason why I've kind of slowed down on my social media activity and stuff, and I'm not doing like live streams and things as much because all that affects me. Being around people affects me physically because of what I have to deal with.
Exactly. It must be hard, and it must
That's
be
an
hard.
understatement.
Oh well, I know that. I know that. Well, I was just saying it must be hard, like, to deal with your personal life plus, handle the spirits at the same time.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's like, I mean, when I see what it causes for me, I think it's like, how do these other people deal with it so well and not express that it's actually causing them damage? Like, how can they just go through life and not say, hey, man, I need a break from that? Like, you see it within all these other TV people, like the ones that are doing that on TV and shit like that. Like I'll look at somebody like let's say what's that Tyler kid's name, the Hollywood medium there. Like, I look at him and I'm like, how does he seem so calm and collected with all this?
Yeah.
And like, how does it not get to him? How does he not like wake up one morning and say, oh my God, I just don't have the energy to get out of bed, which is what happens to me all the time, constantly. Like,
Exactly. It must be hard, and like sleep patterns too.
Henry Tyler, that's his name. Or Tyler Henry. Tyler Henry, that's his name.
Oh yeah.
He's even he's a younger kid. Like, well, he started out doing it as a young kid, and he's probably in his, I think, 20s now. But he's been doing it for a while where, he goes to celebrities' homes and does those psychic readings for them and stuff and connects with their past loved ones and stuff like that. And he does it like, like it's nothing. Where to me, it takes a lot to be able to do that. To sit there for hours on end, letting these individuals through, it's like it does affect me. And that's why I don't understand, like, all these other people that can just do it without saying one day, oh, fuck, I need a break from this. I can't do this no more, blah, 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 like I've been doing. It's like, because it's a freaking roller coaster for me, man. Like, my heart says you're doing it for a reason. Like, you're helping people. But my mind says, you know what? This shit may kill you someday. Like,
Exactly.
I'm constantly combating with my moral compass to, but
well, I got a question. Okay, does it mess with your dreams? Like, did it go into dreams?
Sometimes, and like I said, in recent months I've been experiencing hallucinations.
Wow.
Which I also relate to mostly, the paranormal stuff that I've been doing. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it can and has affected my dreams and shit.
Wow, that's wild. Wow.
I don't know about anybody else, but that's what it is.
Well,
Yeah.
see,
Hey,
when you go out, if you never investigated before, you don't go to a place where there's a lot of activity and you don't know what you're doing, because you will get attacked or attachment or anything like that. You got to take baby steps when you're doing that kind of work.
right. Yep. Oh, sorry, Jax. I apologize for I hope we didn't force you off or anything.
No, she has an appointment. She's going to.
Oh.
I'll say, hey, thanks for coming.
It was good seeing you again, Jax.
Night, Jack.
Yeah, night, Jax. See ya. Just kidding.
But yeah,
Well, it's been a long.
when you start doing that, okay, say like Eli, have you ever been done anything like that?
No, like I've never experienced that. Just my dreams really coming true most of the time, and it's even hard to even dream now these days without it being so real. Like like smell the smells or like the feeling of stuff I can feel, and when a person speaks to me, I can smell his breath. I mean, everything I can smell. I even wake up in sweats, and sometimes the room temperature goes back to normal, right away. So, I mean, it's more to it, but still, I think that every gift has something different, but something unique.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to a gift, I mean, it's not the same, but yeah.
Right.
I just don't know. I don't know whether because I'm always dreaming about the past, so I can't really save anybody. I mean, because it's done and over with.
Not necessarily.
Well, I mean, I never viewed my gifts as a tool to save someone, but more to understand the situation and why it has to happen. Because I've never actually physically had to save somebody through my gifts. I mean, through the information I get, because usually by the time I get the information, it's too late. What's been done is done. I'm just seeing, like, and that's why I don't do missing person cases, because I can't trust that the information I'm getting is current or accurate or whatever. Yeah. So I just figure, okay, this is just their way of telling me what's going to happen because this is what has to happen. I'm supposed to be there for the aftermath. You know what I mean?
Right.
True.
I mean, I told you back a while ago about those 2 missing person cases I experienced, where I was wrong on both accounts, but on one account being wrong. No, I was wrong on one account and right on the other. But the one I was wrong on had a good outcome. The one I was correct on had a bad outcome. And I did not, because of the first one, I did not pursue the second one. And it had a terrible outcome. So the dilemma was, well, if I had pursued it and contacted somebody about the information I was getting, would this person have survived? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would he have not have taken his own life? If I could have got it when I started getting information, could somebody have been there to keep it from happening? But, it was like, being that all the information I got on the first case turned out to be not 100% wrong, but kind of misguiding.
Mm-hmm.
But that had a good outcome because the girl had eventually, after a couple months, had returned home safe. Whereas the information I was getting, and I still think it may be related to another case in the same area, the information I was getting didn't have a good outcome. And I contacted the people and let them, and I told them exactly what I was getting. I told them, I showed them, like I sent them like a screen capture of a map where I thought, where a body could have been discovered or whatever. And I was sending them all this information. And then it was, and I was doing it for about a month. The whole time she was missing, I was researching it and investigating it. And it was like, I think it was 2.5 weeks after I contacted the people, she ended up coming home safe and sound. So I'm like, oh, well, thank God. But why was I wrong on all that?
Wow.
And then the second case was about a gentleman down in Texas who was a former Marine who was missing. And unfortunately, the information I was getting on that one was correct. But I didn't say anything because I couldn't trust it. I didn't trust it to be right. And it turned out he was found in the exact spot I located on a map by a fisherman. He was found with a self-inflicted GSW to the head.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I mean, you can see, understand how I feel about like delving into cases like that, trying to rely on my gift to come up with information to assist, where in 2 cases, it didn't really assist me at all to have this information. You know what I mean? So that was back in 2015 or 2016, I think. And, ever since I was like, no, I'm not gonna get involved in any more missing person cases because I can't trust the information I get,
Yeah. But you think about it, there's a lot of spirits that try to communicate with you at the same time, and it gives you a different outcome.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another problem, and that does happen, and that's what creates, other, that particular problem with, well, is what I'm getting from them about this, or is this information about that, or because it is very cryptic and not straightforward information. Like it comes in pieces. It's like, it's literally a puzzle you have to put together, and if you're getting the wrong pieces to the puzzle and they're not fitting, well, you got to toss them to the side and work with that later. That's a different puzzle to work on, you know? And that's what I mean, I could have 6 puzzles going on all at once, you know? It's like take 6 puzzles, put them all in the same box, shake them up, pour them out on a table, and figure it out. Figure out what the message is,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
or the 6 different messages.
Hey, Rob.
You know what I mean? Rob, why aren't you up here, Rob?
Michigan man.
Right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end this in 40 minutes because I had a long day today. And yeah,
How long?
in 40 minutes.
Oh, 40 minutes. That's plenty of time. Come
Okay.
on up, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
The link's right at the top. But yeah,
It is. It's crazy because you think about it like I bet you have like just the family's expectations of finding them or some kind of clue, but sometimes
right.
it doesn't work that way, and that's
Yeah.
probably the most well that's more upsetting to you if they
Yeah.
end up not being found. Then you're like, oh my god, it
Oh,
puts a
yeah.
damper on you for a while.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
That's okay, Rob. Hope she gets better.
I wish I could. I'm taking care. Oh, well, I hope she gets feeling better soon, Rob.
Yeah.
Speedy recovery.
Prayers to
Yeah, prayers. But yeah, man. I think I mean, I know there's a lot of people that can handle it. Some people can turn it off. Some people can,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I don't think I could have. I don't think I could control that. I think that um, I think I would have been just gone. Like
Yeah. I mean, on the surface, it seems like there's no reason or rhyme for why certain people have certain gifts and what they're supposed to do with it. It's like, but, it takes a long time to figure out the reason, it's like, and sometimes by the time you figure it out, it's too late.
Yep.
Everyone else I've ever talked to always says, well, just, go with your gut and believe the information you're getting is right and correct. But when it seems like, especially lately, last few months, like nothing's been correct. Nothing's been right. Like
yeah,
you wonder, well, what the hell am I doing here then? Why are you putting this on me? I it's like
exactly. It's overwhelming because it just feels like you just feel like just screaming out to God saying, hey, how am I going to get out of this? Give me an exit sign. Give me something where I can just be like I'm free from it.
yeah, well, that's nearly impossible. That's the one thing I have committed to, that there is no like, it's like being CIA. There's no retiring from the CIA. I mean,
exactly right.
once you're a part of it, you're always a part of it.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's like in the mafia. Once you go in, you can't get out. I mean, even if you listen.
Life.
I mean, even though
you can ignore it, but you're never truly 100% free of it, because it's always going to be there. That's what I've learned over the last 45 years of dealing with it. 46 years. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I don't
Fuck
think I
is
could have
going on
handled it.
out there?
What
Bunch of
happened?
hooting and hollering out in the parking lot.
Wow. When it was
Oh,
happening.
shut the fuck up. It's only Wednesday. Maybe that shit for the weekend. The woes of living in a fucking complex community. It gets very complex.
Yeah.
And see, the paranormal community is so hated on because you got so many people out there trying to fake, fake, fake stuff.
Right.
It's hard for us to show what's really real and what's really not real.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
There's so many out there doing embellishments or just out and out faking it 100%.
It's just like TV shows, they make it
It
worse.
takes away from the legitimate ones that, really have to deal with it on a realistic level. And, there's people out there making a mockery of it. And it's no wonder there's so many doubters and non-believers out there because there are so many people out there that are being called out as fake and because they are, and now anybody that's involved with legitimate paranormal investigating or what have you, they're all going to be looked at as, oh, that's fake, and it is very hard to tell who's legitimate and who isn't.
But like I'll say, it's just like watching TV and then they over dramatic. Well, in their own way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not that easy where it's just like what Jennifer Love Hewitt, TV show. It's all nice and hunky dory in like 45 minutes. Like.
Well, that's TV. I mean, they're not trying to. That is just entertainment.
Exactly.
But when you talk about like the real documentaries and things like that, the so-called real investigators, like the person I will not mention live, if they're not gratefully exaggerating shit, they're just totally faking it. Like they're doing it for the entertainment value, but they're claiming they're real events, real investigators and shit like that. It's like that one show I was just watching earlier that I was showing Shortfied. I can't mention them here live, but to me, they're a bunch of fucking goofs, like.
Yeah, and one of them was eating dirt.
What? Seriously?
Well, she was sniffing and stuff at the ground and all that. Like it was supposed to be some kind of ritual because she's claims to be a pagan witch, and she goes through all these witch rules where she gets on her hands and knees and gets close to the earth and smells it and stuff like that and all that. And I'm like, seriously? I mean, I know I have friends who claim to be pagan witches, and I've never once heard them say anything about doing anything like that.
Hey, Nocturnal Nation.
That's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, Nocturnal.
It is crazy, man. It's a crazy world, man. I tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, they even on TV with paranormal, they try to make it look just crazy, like, you know what I mean? Like they make stuff up.
Right. And they always put a negative spin on it all the time. And because that's what gets the views and ratings, if you can say it's a fucking demon in your house rather than your long lost grandmother or whatever, it makes for more interesting content. So that's what they do, you know.
Exactly.
If something falls off the counter, oh my God, it's a poltergeist. Well, no, that could be a child spirit trying to get your attention, saying, "Hey, I'm here." It's like, but no, because negativity is better entertainment, and that's what makes me sick about most of those.
Exactly.
And the ones on YouTube as well. Those so-called paranormal investigators on YouTube that are, exaggerating and, faking shit and all that. Like, come on now. I mean,
That's annoying. It's really freaking annoying when they do that.
Yep. And it takes away from the legitimate people. That's the worst part,
Exactly.
Makes you want to go and smack them, just like,
all right. Give him a good gib smack.
Pimp slap. Yeah.
Gib, not pimp. Gib. Gib smack. Do you know the show NCIS
Oh yeah.
with Agent Gibbs, Special Agent Gibbs,
Oh,
Jethro Gibbs, where he smacks people in the back of the head when they're being idiots or whatever?
Oh yeah.
That's what they all need. A good Gibbs smack.
Exactly.
Hey, Nocturnal says he'll join you in a minute. Or she. I don't know if Nocturnal's female or male, but
Right.
if yeah.
It's a male.
But
So how's everybody's day been?
raining. It's been raining over here.
Yeah.
Uneventful for me.
Why is that?
As any other day. Shit, there ain't nothing exciting happening in my fucking life. You kidding me?
Same here.
I get on here and talk paranormal people. That's the most excitement I get.
We'll go ahead and talk.
I mean,
It
I can't do it no more because I think it's gonna kill me.
It's not gonna.
But I talk about it all the time, though.
Yeah.
I got no other grand talents or anything, so.
Well, we could always go into the circus freak
Do
show.
what?
I said we can always go into the circus and be freak shows.
Right. Let me get out my crystal ball and Swami hat. Take this show on the road.
Exactly. Hell yeah. You know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long day for me. I've been out all day. So
That's one thing I would never do. I would never use it for monetary. I've been doing this publicly for 6 years, and never once have I ever taken any kind of monetary gain for it. I mean, I've done plenty of crossovers. I've done plenty of readings and things like that, and I couldn't see using a free gift as a way to make money off it. Just not me, Plus, I don't want to be a spectacle, I mean, I don't want to be one of those fucking corner store Swami crystal ball reading freaks, So that, for the most part, are fake as shit, and they just do it to get your money.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Nocturnal. I knew Nocturnal was a dude.
Hell to the yes.
For a minute I couldn't remember one way or the other, but
right?
Yeah, I better be, or something's wrong.
I hear that.
Hell yeah.
So let's hear from Nocturnal.
What you want?
What's
brother?
your take on all the paranormal stuff?
Dude, I feel like this right here, man. And I was talking to Billy Hawkins about this today, actually. That as far as all the fake stuff goes, man, I would rather have one subscription and keep my integrity than have 1,000 subscribers and not have my integrity.
Hoorah!
Exactly.
Hey, Greg. Exactly. I
Hey,
totally
Greg.
agree with that.
Yeah, there's so many people out there, man, who feel like they got to fake it in order. Hey, what's up, Greg? What's going on, brother?
Right.
There's so many people out there that feel like they have to fake it in order to get a subscriber, man. And if they got to do that to get a subscriber, then evidently they're doing some shit wrong.
Right. Exactly.
Let me get my ugly face off of the screen.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Join the ugly group here. The ugly club.
Well, I don't know about you dudes, but that girl, she ain't ugly.
No, she ain't.
Oh, thank you. I'm just
Pretty
me.
little Phil.
She don't put up with stuff. That's what.
Hey, that's the way to be, man. That is the way to be. So yeah, man. I don't agree with that mess at all, dude. I think that we need to keep our integrities because, for one, man, we're already in the field where people are already doubting us to begin with.
Yeah.
So why give them another damn reason to doubt you?
Exactly.
It's crazy to me.
Me,
That's what I say. I say
I'm
to
not about to click some views that don't excite me. To click some views that don't excite me at all.
No, not at all.
So I tell everybody is like, hey, I put out what I get, and hey, if you agree with it, you agree with it. If you don't, you don't. I can only put out what I receive.
Exactly.
If
man.
I'm receiving the wrong information, I'm putting out the wrong information. I apologize, but it's not my fault. It happens. There's no, and if anybody in the paranormal community, especially those who claim to have gifts or whatever, if any of them come to you and tell you that they have 100% track record, they're a fucking liar.
You're exactly right.
Yep.
I've been doing it for 46 years. I've gone public with it 6 years ago, and maybe 7 times out of 10 I'm right.
Yeah.
You
remember what I told you the last time we were talking, man, is I had that 40 plus years in it as well, dude. So I get where you're coming from, and there's no need for people to fake the funk, as I call it.
Yep. Exactly.
Me,
now I remember who you are. I didn't recognize you by the name. I don't always remember names, but as soon as I saw you, I knew who you were, and I do remember now.
Yeah. I still got to hit you up on Twitter, dude. I was going to the night after we got on with Eli, but for the life of me, I couldn't freaking remember what your name was. I remember who you were, but I couldn't remember your name.
On Twitter, if you search Boomer D Artist,
yep,
it'll come up with my Twitter.
I'm gonna do that right now while we're talking, so I don't have an excuse anymore.
It's all good.
Boomer.
It's BOOMER, capital D, capital A.
You know what my dumb ass put?
RTIST.
I put Bomber D.
Bomber.
Boomer
Trust
D.
me, I've gotten worse.
Boomer D. What's the rest of it, dude?
ARTIS. Yeah, Boomer D Artist. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say the first time, I don't know if y'all know who Dave Ullman is. First time I was ever in one of his chats, or whatever, and I tried to, he called me Boner D. That's
a hell of a name to have, dude.
In here, and I'm like, wait, what?
I think I'm going to steal that name for myself. My new channel is going to be Boner D.
Boner D.
There's another person. I let her get away with it now because now it's an inside joke. She's legally blind, I guess. So when she typed in "bummer," Like anytime she contacted me, I'd see Bummer D, and I'd know who it was right there. Because so that's another one, Bummer D. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good character. I came up with a twin brother character, Bummer D, who lives in my closet.
And I'm the only one that calls him Boom Boom. So
Oh,
he
boom
knows
boom!
his
I
name.
remember that.
Boom boom.
Yeah, her and Tammy. Tammy calls me Boom Booms. Lou calls me Boomskers or Boomski or something like that.
I hear you,
Yeah,
brother.
I'm a man of many names.
You know what? If you ask my wife, I am too, man, because she swears I have like 75 different Facebook pages. Accounts, rather.
Well,
I do have quite a few, but that's just because in the past I've had stalkers and I've had to switch. You know, if you just don't want no stalkers.
oh yeah,
man.
yeah.
Don't want no stalkers.
Right. Unless they're 5'5", blonde, blue-eyed, and a buck tan. Yeah, I'll take one of them stalkers.
I hear you, brother. I hear
Those
you.
crazy ones, though.
These were crazy ones, brother. At the time, I was the judge of an online singing competition, and I guess they thought they can get favors by you know, getting close to me. I'm like, oh, the hell no! Don't be telling me what you want, when you want it, and where you want it. Especially with my wife sitting next to me.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
Crazy.
Some people just live in a freaking fantasy world, you know?
For real, brother.
All right, so I'm on Twitter now. They haven't put the notification out that you followed yet. So
well,
how do
what I got to hear is Boomer_D_artist, right? ARTIST.
No, there's no underscore.
There's no underscores. Okay, well, I'm looking for the wrong person.
The tag name is Boomer D.
Okay, let me try
with a
that.
space, and the @ is @ Oh, I'm sorry, it's BD. Artist Fine Art.
Well, see, no wonder I couldn't find you, man. I know you're trying to hide from me, bro.
BD Artist Fine Art. I bet you I have an old account with Boomer D Artist that I don't have access to or something. But
BD.
Yeah, just search
artist.
Boomer space D and it should come up.
Okay. Yeah,
I could drop my link. I didn't think of that.
Let me try this one more time.
I'm here. Why don't I just grab my link and drop it in the chat?
Right.
Duh.
Right.
That makes it all so easier.
You know my old man, dude.
Right.
Right.
There you go. Oh, I can't.
Hold on, let me
click
fix
the link.
that.
I'm not a mod.
Shit.
What the hell?
Hey,
Damn,
drop
you-
it,
Eli, man.
Yeah, I'll fix
What's
it.
up
Wait,
with
I'll fix
that?
it, man. I know. It's stupid.
Wow.
Hook the
Eli
brother
doesn't
up,
have me modded.
That is. That's YouTube doing it, not me.
No, actually, there's a reason for that. I told him a long time ago I didn't want to be a mod.
Nah, well, I didn't.
But now I guess it
Can you type in
requires
there?
it.
Did you type in there?
Can you do it on the private
Yes,
chat, man?
I typed in there.
Do it on private chat, Boomer.
I'm gonna make him a mod again. So he
in
can
the
mess-
private chat, are they clickable links though in the private chat?
Brother,
Yeah, they
I
are.
don't know if they are or not. Let me try.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep. I
yeah,
got
it
you,
is.
man.
Okay. Yeah, it's in our private chat then.
And I am now.
Let me get back over here and
Shit.
see if
You know what? I must have already
you're a
been.
mod now, Boomer.
I must have already been a friend of yours, dude, because when I clicked on it, it just brought me up to my page. Sorry, about Scooby-Doo, guys. That's my damn notification.
Well, gee, let me see. Can you try to send me a message then and see if they allow you a message?
Yeah.
Because if I'm not following back, I won't be able to get a message. But or you can put your link in the chat as well. I could just go to your page and see if
I can't do shit, man.
What's up, Michael? How's it going?
You know, I don't know what the deal is, man.
Hey, Michael.
Anyway, you're a mod now.
Maybe I'm not.
Okay, cool.
I may not be following you back, and I think with Twitter, if you're not following each other, you can't message each other. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
So I'll have to go to your page
Some of them got it where
because
you
it's
can't
not coming
type
up in my
in.
notifications for some reason that you followed. So I don't
No, that's crazy, man.
know.
When I went to your link, dude, it just brought me to my page. It didn't take me to your stuff or anything.
Oh.
So I'm gonna put my link in there too. This is gonna be linked.
That's why I had the wrong link. Hang on.
There's mine there.
I know why it did that. I'm on the Twitter notification page.
Oh, yeah, because it says
wrong link.
twitter.com notifications. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I got to go to my profile page for there we go. Hey, now we're kicking gasoline. All right, let me copy that link, throw that in there. I'm gonna put it in the regular chat here so everybody can have my Twitter link. There we go. I'll get back over to the duck. All right. Okay. Now following Nocturnal Nation. There you go.
Okie dokie. Notifications. Yep. Gotcha. Followed you right back. Good.
All right. Cool.
We are networked.
Hey, now I see it in my notifications.
Yeah. Hey guys. So Billy and I just last night recorded our very first podcast.
Oh, did I miss that?
Well, it's not been put on in public yet. We
Okay.
just recorded it last night. It took me like freaking forever to figure out how to work Audacity, but I finally got it edited out today, and maybe in another hour or so, I'm gonna upload it to all the different areas, and then I'll let everybody know where it's going to be at.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah, for real. Hey, we're looking for some guests too, man.
All right.
I'm already one of them.
I can do that.
All right. You guys hit me up on Twitter, and I'll send you some messages and all that good stuff. We do once a week. We haven't nailed down the day that we're going to do the recording on. It may be on Tuesdays because that may be the best day for Billy and I.
All right. Cool.
But I'll give you all the information. Hang on a second.
Send you a quick message here, quick DM, just so you have it in your messenger list.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. I talk to my son about something.
Talk to a guy about a horse.
The horse. It was a long day. Tired. Now, tomorrow.
Long day. Shit, you probably slept all day until you had to do your live stream.
No. I was running around all day, paying some bills and stuff like that.
Run, dude. No, I know you're lying.
Run?
Eli, run? No, those two don't go together.
I know, right? I was pretty busy today. Yeah. Oh man.
What? Doing your daughter's homework for her?
Yep. Oh no, she's spring break today. This week.
Oh, that's right. They're all on spring break now.
Yeah. So, well, no, wait a minute. Yeah, this is last week. So then she goes back to class. So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, leave me alone, man. Just kidding.
Leave you alone. Yeah, you're dreaming.
I know, right? Kids now these days.
She's been calling for you every 10 minutes. Can you help me with this equation, Dad?
I'm just like, this is called the internet. It's like I got it wrong. I was like, oh well, good try.
Well, hopefully she never has to help you. Never has to ask you to help her for a book report on paranormal.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay, I'm back with you guys.
Like, I got a few people I can refer you to. But
well, you know what, Boomer? Like, I mean, they have all these names. They have all these names for ghosts and everything else, and I'm just like, how did they get these terms? Like,
What are you talking about there, man? I missed out on that.
oh, we're talking about like spirits. How they have all these names for spirits and everything.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, wow. Like, I mean, where did he get these names from?
Do you mean like poltergeist and stuff like that, or
Yeah, so
Basically,
new ones. They had some new ones online, and I'm just like, huh?
really?
Like a swirling ghost or a
Billy
whisper
was telling me
ghost
about a
or-
swirly ghost. What the hell is a swirly ghost?
yeah, I never
Exactly.
heard
And
of
I'm just
that
like,
either.
what? I think it's some sort of like if you see something on a picture and there's something like a white mist, I'm just like, what the hell is that? I was like,
Right.
we're not
Yeah.
that much of an
Well,
expert. Jeez.
I
Right?
like to simplify things by saying, look, there's spirits and there's demons. And
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
like, and then people just generically will refer to spirits as ghosts.
Yeah.
Whereas I think, if I remember right, ghosts are actual like more reserved for like poltergeist type spirits. Like they'll, you know, if it's a ghost, that means it's a haunting entity. Whereas
Yeah.
spirit is just simply, you know, a human spirit stuck it in the physical world.
Yeah, I would agree with that, man. I agree with that 100% because you think about it, man. And again, guys, I'm just as pulling from my past as a preacher that that we're all made up according to the Bible. Now, I'm not trying to force my beliefs on anybody. I'm just telling you what I know from my studies.
Oh, good.
That according to the Bible, you know, that God is God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. And it tells us in the Bible that we were created in His image. Therefore, we were created mind, body, and soul.
Mm-hmm.
And people argue that the soul and the mind are the same. And in some cases, I would agree because, you know, that's really where everything is centrally
Right. There's a
located
direct
anyway.
correlation, but they're not necessarily one of the same.
Right. And the spirit, the way I described it is, and this was in one of the sermons I did, is that the spirit is actually who makes you who you are, and that's the part that lives on after you're gone. And your soul is the part that either goes to heaven or hell, depending upon your beliefs. And the body, of course, is your body.
Sure, shell.
Right. I did have a question though, because I had noticed, like back when I was a kid, we would be forced to go to like Sunday school and stuff like that, Bible school and things.
Right.
And back then it was always the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Now over time they had changed that. Is there a reason? Like, and now it's like Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
I don't really
changed
think I don't know if there's a real reason for that other than what, you know what, I take that back. There is too. And again, guys, all you out there listening to this is again my past as a preacher.
Mhm.
I believe that and I don't have any proof to back up what I'm saying, okay? So this is just my beliefs that at some point in history the shift was made from ghost to spirit, and I think that was a way to slight the Holy Ghost, if you understand what I'm saying. It was a way to put him on the level of a human spirit.
Mhm.
And that's what I believe. You know, like I said, I have no proof of it, but you know, that's it.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, I mean, given recent events over the last 30, 40 years with all the, you know, PC and all that and everything and all the little,
Right.
you know, all the Karens out there worrying
Yep.
about what, you know, being like, yeah, it's like they, I think they may have taken the word ghost as being something negative, and that made, you know,
Yeah, you're
God,
right.
if you want to call him God, you know, that made him look like a, you know, negative
Right.
being. Whereas
Right.
if you use the word spirit, it gives it a more positive
Yeah.
title or whatever.
Yeah, I can
You
see
know,
that.
so That makes sense. But
Yeah,
to me, yeah, I refer to him as just the Almighty Creator. Because I also believe there are many other gods.
yeah. Well, I've had that conversation
I
with
just
someone else too before, man. Because if you think about it, we can't be so arrogant as to think that we're the only ones that have it right. You know,
right. Yep.
I mean, who's to say? I mean, even let's take it even a step farther than that. Now, this is going into a whole nother area. Let's talk about the possible life on other planets. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
who is their deity?
Right. Exactly.
And that's one thing I really think that the Christians have got wrong is by excluding everybody else.
Yep. It's all even in the Bible. It's all open to interpretation.
It is. It is.
People automatically, because we have free will to take things for whatever we want to take them for, like
right.
And depending on what your personal feeling is on a certain phrase or whatever, like you could determine it any way you want.
Right.
A lot of stuff is, especially with the Bible, I've seen is taken out of context.
Yep.
And
Unfortunately,
people make up their own ideas in their head as to what a certain thing means to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they disregard what it means to anybody else.
Yeah,
and they take that as the truth.
Yeah, and you can't sway them either way.
Right, exactly.
It's people like that, man, that make it hard for everybody else to won't even get involved with religion at all.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
Narrow-mindedness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
I've never conformed to any one particular religion or another.
Right.
When I was a kid, of course, I didn't have a choice. I was baptized Methodist or whatever. I don't even know what it means to be baptized these days. I was like, and I had to accept it as a child. But as I got into my early teens, preteens, and I could think for myself and decide for myself, like I told my mom, I was like, I don't want to go to Bible school. I did everything I could every time we went to get kicked out. Me and my cousin, we made jokes about David and Goliath, and we make jokes about the lines when they would be preaching about it. And that, like everything the teacher was talking about, we sit there and laugh at it and joke about it, question it. And, some of them were legitimate questions too, because a lot of it didn't make any sense. And we would question, and she'd think we were mocking it just by asking questions about it.
Yeah.
And so, I was like, I just don't want to go. Look, you don't make me go, I won't get myself kicked out. It's like, because I couldn't admit to myself I had free will while being shackled to this one specific belief. It's contradiction,
Yeah, it is, man. And I honestly, I found a lot of that to be true, especially, man, since I've quit preaching and stuff. I can't go into the reasons why, because it's just a real personal reason, but because of the way things did happen that caused me to quit preaching, it opened my eyes to a lot of things that I had them closed to. And I'll be honest, I'll be one of the first people to tell you, I have my eyes closed on purpose, because in my mind I was like, this is the way it is, and there's nobody is going to tell me any different.
Right.
And when I actually started seeing things as they actually really truly are, then I was like, well, just wait a damn minute, let's back this truck up and start over again.
Yeah, you finally open your eyes to realization that you do have free will.
Yeah.
You're allowed to believe what you want.
I know, right?
Where it takes you in the end, hey, who knows? But look, at least, you're being truthful and honest to yourself,
Right. At least enjoy the path on the way there.
Hey, I mean, I think that's what life is about, really. I mean, everybody, the grand question is, what is the secret to life, and I believe it's living for yourself, like knowing who you are, live as who you believe you are, stay true to yourself, stand beside your convictions, and accept the consequences in the end. It's like that's what life is about.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm searching for the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail.
Don't be afraid of going to hell because somebody's telling you you're gonna.
Right.
I mean,
Yep.
just because you
That's
say
that
I'm gonna doesn't mean I'm gonna. That's just your belief, not mine.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but a lot of people like putting. I mean, some pastors like putting fear into the people.
Right.
And that's one of the things I never did, man, because I believe that if you got to scare somebody to get them to believe in God, they're not going to believe in God.
No,
right.
they're not. Like my dad, he's always like, "You're gonna go to hell." I'm just like, "Damn, calm down, bro."
Right.
There's a very fine line between some religions and dictatorship.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
That's what them Baptists, they'll, if you don't do this, you're automatically going to hell.
Yeah.
Right.
I know because I was a Baptist preacher. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now,
And
sorry, go ahead.
when there was things like that were brought up to me as a preacher from other preachers, it kind of took me back because I'm like, hey, wait a minute, what you're saying, if you can show me proof, then I'll change my mind.
Right.
But to this day, I still haven't seen it.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, the Bible talks about it, but
do you think people that get baptized, they're just doing it just to be in the spotlight of the church, or you think they're actually mean it by getting baptized?
Some people, yeah, man. I think some people do it because, just like you said, they want the spotlight. They want everybody to say, "Hey, look what this person's doing. Obviously, they're a good person."
Yeah.
But in
They
reality,
believe it puts them at a certain status.
yeah. In reality, man, all baptism is just an outward sign of your spiritual beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now, wait, going back to holy water. I know they say it's blessed, and some paranormal investigators they say they have holy water that's blessed. I mean, how do you bless holy water?
There is the way I do it. I always use when I'm making holy water. I always use distilled water. You want the purest water you can possibly get, and I take the water, I put it in whatever vessel I'm going to use it for, and I just say a prayer over it and ask God to bless it, and to infuse it with His Holy Spirit.
Okay.
And so far, it's worked.
Oh.
I do the same thing with olive oil.
Yep. Olive oil's good on investigations too.
It really
can you
is.
bless my olive oil right here? I got some right next to my. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, big word. Chevy.
Hey, Eli, you knew before I came up here anything had happened. And,
Oh
I
yeah, I
had to
know.
put some
It's all
humor in
good.
this.
She come with a warning now.
Okay, with holy water, is it like the movies where you throw it at a possessed person that burns them?
No.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Oh
I'm
my,
okay.
that's Hollywood.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I know that.
I'll tell you this much. If a person is truly possessed by a demon and you use either anointing oil or holy water or even place a Bible on their lap, they can't stand it. It's not going to burn them, but it is going to torment them.
Right. It's more of a psychological thing than a physical thing.
Right.
They're tormented psychologically because it goes against their beliefs.
Exactly.
Just like most Satanists or atheists, they have their own beliefs. Most people, for a lot of people, it's black and white. You either pray to Lucifer or you pray to God, blah 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 blah, and you're not. Those who pray to God will react the same way to Satan's Bible as somebody who worships Lucifer reacts to a holy Bible.
Exactly. And the reason I know that for a fact is because when I was a Satanist, my parents were always churchgoers. And
Mhm.
when my mom found my satanic Bible, I honestly, guys, I thought she was going to die. That's how bad she. I don't know if it was all fake to
Mhm.
sway me the other way, but she made me take it out on the grill and set it on fire.
Mhm.
She did, man, and
Mhm.
you know, you know, I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, it. That's what I say. Like when all these people that based their their the their knowledge of what certain things are about involving paranormal are based on what they see on TV and in movies and stuff. Like The Exorcist. I mean, my God, the most freaking ridiculous movie I ever watched.
Exactly.
You know, I've been near possessed. I was never fully possessed.
Yeah.
But when I dealt with that, and this is it, and to explain like how rare it is to encounter a demonic spirit, this is 40 some years of dealing with paranormal. One time, like I came across this demonic spirit, and we call them red eyes because we donned him the name Red Eyes based on the description of my little cousin's daughter that described this entity to us.
Right.
So I was there doing an investigation, the one and only real one I did that involved anything, like that. And, that's the first time I ever came across one, and he came close. But if it wasn't for my strong constitution and the fact that this is my family we're dealing with, he probably could have, but I fought him off, and he came close.
Yeah.
He had my mind for a minute there. He got into my head. He tried to manipulate me by manipulating my conscious thoughts and things like that, making me relive all the horrific moments of my life, at the time, 40 years worth, and I'm like, I'm doing everything I could to fight him off. And I finally defeated him in that, and he regressed, and we thought we got rid of him for a moment, but then my empath told me, well, no, I still kind of feel, I sense his presence still here, but he's hiding. Like he feels defeated, but not lost. Like he hasn't lost a battle, or he hasn't lost the war, but he lost that battle.
Right.
But it wasn't until a couple of days later somebody else came to the apartment and hung out for a while. And this guy, I don't want to get into specifics of this guy, but once he was there for about 45 minutes, I think, and once he left, me and my little cousin, both looked at each other like, would kind of like saying to each other with our eyes, "You feel that?" Because as soon as he went out the door, it was like the weight of the world lifted off our shoulders. Like everything became light and calm. And
so he took it with him.
He took it with him. This thing attached himself to the most negative thing in the room, thinking, hey, if I can't beat this crowd, I'm gonna try with this guy. And the one thing that made me really believe that that's what happened was 2 weeks later, after I've come home and everything, my cousin calls me and tells me about this guy. What happened is he freaked out and held his family hostage and barricaded himself inside his apartment and had to have the cops come in and bust in and take him away.
Holy shit.
And this is a guy, as much of a douche as he was, nobody, like everybody says, no, I could never imagine him doing such a thing. As big of a dickhead as he was, he had never gone to that level before.
Right.
But a week, 2 weeks later, after all that went down, that's when it happened. So that's what convinced me that's what happened,
Oh, yeah.
Putting all that together, I mean, we kind of indirectly defeated this thing because we gave it something else to go to rather than stay there where they were.
See, that's one of the things too, man, that I am very particular about. Whenever I do exorcisms, I make sure that only the person who is possessed and maybe one of their family members and my helper and myself are the only ones in the room. And the reason for that is, if a person is truly demonically possessed, when the demon comes out of them, they're going to go to the weakest vessel they can find.
Mm-hmm.
And
So you're saying let's say if there's an exorcism, right? I don't know if I'm getting this right. So you're saying there's exorcism, they can jump from one body to another?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they can.
Hey, Kingsport. Now here's something.
Thank
Now, yes, this is based off from the Johnny whatever movies that I've seen, like where they actually use a mirror and hold it over the possessed person and try to trap the demon in the mirror. Now, is that something that's practically like do they practice that?
it can
Is
be
that-
done. It can be done, man, but that's not
Yeah.
the preferred method.
Right.
The preferred method is to just have it leave the existence altogether and go back to
Mhm.
hell. But
Right.
but honestly, dude, it's about a 50-50 shot whether it will do that or not.
Right. Okay. I was just
I
kind
can
of curious
understand.
because I mean, like I said, I saw it on a movie and I'm like, I've never heard of that
I can see
as
where
a
that
method before. So
I can see where that would work, because we all know mirrors are portals anyway. So,
Right.
So it's
Right.
a good possibility it could work. As for myself,
Yeah.
I've never been possessed by a demon, but I have had spirits to possess me.
Oh
Human
yeah.
spirits.
I call that spirit manipulation. It was when I witnessed it happen. I mean, I think it's happened to me several times before, but I never really noticed it.
Right.
It's like they've possessed the ability to take over your mind, but haven't full on like possessed your body.
Right. And that's what happened with me. And I don't know if you remember me talking about this when we were on there the last time with Eli or not, but that's when I was in Virginia, when I was possessed, whatever you want to call it, by a spirit who had a message he had to get across about him killing his son when he was in a wreck.
Mm.
And as soon as the message was gone, he was.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And there's also been several times when I've had attachments where I wouldn't really call them possessions, but they were attached to me and they were negative. And I don't know why it is, but I can never get attached by a good spirit. Only the bad spirits want to attach themselves to me. I don't understand.
All right.
Mm.
I think it's because, like, for the most part, most of your benevolent spirits find it as, wrong to do such a thing. Like,
Right.
but the lesser, the more malevolent type spirits don't really give a shit. It's like
They really
that's
don't,
what
man.
they're here for, is to cause you havoc and to mess with you, not necessarily to harm you or but they're just dickhead spirits, like
Exactly, man. Exactly. Hey
they
guys,
were
I hate to
assholes
do
in
this.
life. So
I hate to do this, man, but I'm gonna have to get off here, dude. My battery's about to die on my computer, and my charger's not with me. So,
No, you're good,
Yep.
man. I'm about to end this soon anyway. So.
it was great talking with you again,
yeah,
Neil.
for real. And Short Fry, was nice meeting you, dear.
You too.
Yeah, contact me anytime on Twitter. Anytime you're thinking about doing a show or whatever, I'd be happy to be there.
Absolutely. You guys take care, and we'll see you when we see you.
Yep.
All right, bro.
All right.
Bye.
Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this, guys. Got some stuff to do. Hey, Val, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. Man, I was about to end it, but yeah, I'm about to go to end this, guys. Thanks for coming, Boomer. Thanks for coming. All right. Do you have anything going on you guys want to share before I end it?
Not really. Like I said, I haven't, planned anything 'cause-
Nah, you okay, Val?
but don't you usually have a Thursday thing? Sure, Fry? Like you do a Thursday show, right?
No, I'm gonna do a show this weekend. I'm really supposed to
Oh,
be at
okay.
work right now, but I called out tonight because I wasn't feeling too good. So I
Uh,
gotta work tomorrow night and Friday night, and then I'm off Saturday and Sunday.
oh, okay, cool.
But I will be doing a panel this weekend, so if y'all want to come up, y'all more than welcome to.
What do you? So, is it Saturday or Sunday?
Try to do it Saturday.
Okay, I'll be up there.
Well,
Okay,
if we end up not having another Fams talk this week again, yeah, I'll be there. I have to see how Mama Rock's doing, see if she's feeling up to a show this weekend or not. But
hope she feels better.
if not, we'll be there. Well, I'll be there.
I'm not doing
Right.
nothing.
Well,
How about
I'll send out the links to y'all.
all right,
All right.
cool.
Cool.
Nice.
I'll probably see you at some time before then, though. All right.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna bounce off here, then, bro.
All right, bro. Thanks for coming up.
having me again.
Yeah, bro. Oh, I'm gonna. Did I hit you up with I'll hit you up about that later. No.
Oh, the interview thing.
Yeah, I
Well, you
just
said that wouldn't be till like next month anyway, right?
yeah. It's just been a crazy
All right.
day,
Well,
you know.
it's all right. You got time.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Much love. Keep it real.
All right, bro.
All right, boomer. Boom, boom. All right, y'all. Much love to y'all. Thank you for having me up, Eli.
Later, man. Thanks for coming up. Kingsport, let us know, and we will. Yeah, that's cool, man. I mean, I usually before my interviews I do a pre-interview, so just get to know your channel and everything. How you doing, Val? How's it going? So yeah, it's just been a long day, and I'm just like, okay. I was like, 45 minutes. I don't know if I can do it for 45 minutes or not. Yeah. So, like I was saying, thanks guys for coming. And if you guys want to, I did an interview with Batrican. If you guys want to check it out and rewind and stuff like that, hook me up. And like I was saying, guys, hope you guys have a good night, and thank you for being a part of our journey and letting me be part of yours. And I'll see you guys Friday. Thank you. God bless you. Okay, man. I'll text you. I'll text you on Twitter.